Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. We are diving into the Dark Quarter, which is a hybrid, a combination game, a brand new step in the Destiny's world, I would say.
This is coming from Van Ryder Games and Lucky Duck.
Let me tell you a little bit about Lucky Duck and Van Ryder Games. First off, Lucky Duck puts out some of the best app-driven board game experiences in the market. I mean, there's just no question about it. They've been the most successful in this space, and they're continuing to innovate and press on what you can do when you combine a hybrid digital game with a physical in-person board game.
Yep.
And Van
Ryder Games produces some of the most, I'd say, gritty, dark, uncomfortable, but still exploratory games.
Just mature-themed
themed
board games.
We've got Detective, City of Angels, and we've got Final Girl, both of which are insane successes, and both of which combine the idea of dark fantasy, dark horror, dark tropes into a world.
And from all that, we get this gritty, seedy dive
Mature
into the
video.
underbelly of New Orleans. And I can't wait. Because I haven't played Destiny's before. I have it, and I just haven't opened it yet.
So this will be an interesting A/B. Sheer and I love Destiny's.
Yeah.
We really do. You have never played. So this will be an interesting to dive in from people who love the game that is the predecessor to this in a lot of ways, but I'm excited about the mature theme. And an interesting dive in for someone who's never actually experienced an app-driven board game in this space.
The only one I've had is Mansions of Madness, and that wasn't great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, though.
We will see. We will see. With that being said, you should know that this video, the content in this video, may bridge towards the edge of being mature. There could be language, there could be some violence or scenes that we just don't know about yet. So keep that in mind if you're watching, and if you're 7 years old, because I know you love my videos, hey, thanks for joining. Outside of that, we are doing some sponsored content with Lucky Duck around the Dark Quarter. It's a Kickstarter that's coming to launch. We're super excited about it, so keep that in mind. This is a gameplay video. We're going to be showing you the very first chapter, the only thing that the prototype has available, and you can judge for yourself if it seems like a game that's going to be a good fit for you, or you can just hang out with us and have some fun and experience a board game, because I'm super excited to see what's going on. All right.
Are we going to click the button? Can I click the button?
Well, not yet. We have to designate that we're playing different characters.
I am John Robichaux.
You're going to need to flip your board over because there's some important information that I didn't warn you about.
Flavor text.
Always flavor text.
Oh, wait, also me.
This is a story-heavy game, and we're going to lean the heck into it.
John Robichaux. Things that were once said about John Robichaux. The most promising homicide detective I've ever seen. John's fine at parties, but have you met Maria? Damn charming woman. How the hell did he punch that far above his weight? If I didn't like him so much, I'd be jealous of his career, wife, talent. Shit. I basically want to be John Robichaux. Then Maria was murdered. Her case went unsolved. Robichaux was let go for unresolved anger issues, amongst other things. His life fell apart. Things that are said about John Robichaux now? A tragedy what happened to Maria. But no less tragic what happened to John. Shame he couldn't pull himself together. I heard he threw in with the Beaumont Agency. That man could solve any crime blindfolded and handcuffed, but now he's broken and used up. Bottom of the barrel, even for the likes of Beaumont. Who? Robichaux? You mean John I lost my shit Robichaux? He's still alive?
Nice.
My turn.
I was going for it.
My turn. I am Julia Paris.
You gotta get a voice with her though, Shira. Embrace it.
No, I don't do voices. Julia Paris.
Julia Paris.
An angelic child born to a wealthy New Orleans family was, as her father often put it, the perfection of God. Entering her teenage years, she did not do any of the wild things one might expect a spoiled debutante to do. Instead, she sat in her garden for hours on end, taking in the beauty of nature. She was there, writing poetry, when a casket girl crawled over the wall and buried her teeth in Paris's neck. The year was 1891. Paris was 18. After an unusually brief adjustment period, Paris embraced eternal death as fully as she had her innocent, gardening, dreaming life. The next 40 years were a haze of gluttonous indulgences and violent rampages. On her 60th birthday, tired of a life of excess, she fully committed to the convent. On her 70th 70th birthday, she became the youngest arch-casket girl in history. And on the eve of her 80th birthday, she was exiled after discovering someone locked deep within the Coven's dungeons. Paris now works with the Beaumont Agency, attempting to make up for a lifetime of cruelty and violence. So far, it isn't going very well.
I'm terrified of the word casket girl from now on.
I'm a
That's
vampire,
horrifying.
guys! How
She's a
cool
vampire.
is that? I'm a vampire.
Winter Mullins saw dead people. He could even talk to the poor bastards, which would drive most people insane. The good news was that Mullins could only see them while he was drunk. The bad, he was almost always drunk. Mullins' unwanted party trick developed around the time he lost his dream job as head chief at one of the most decorated restaurants in the city. The manner of his exit was violent enough to ensure that no one else would hire him. Not even hole-in-the-wall grease cooks singing po' boys and dirty rice. Left with nothing, Mullins began to drink like the devil himself, and with his newfound hobby came his newfound drinking buddies, rotting corpses which never shut the fuck up. Why had this happened to him? He didn't know, but it did find him an unlikely job at the Beaumont Agency. An investigator who could speak to the dead often came in handy, even if he was perpetually drunk. Most people didn't mind, though, since Mullin, despite being 18 sheets in the wind on any given day, was one charming son of a bitch.
I love everybody that we are right now.
That sounds very much like
Can
you,
we read the
Jess.
person we're not?
No, we can't read the
It's
person
fine.
we're not.
It's fine.
course
Because
we
we're
can.
not her.
You're right.
we can.
We'll save her for another game.
Let's dive in. So, we've never been into this app before. You're going to experience it for the first time with us. That means there may be rules checks, confusion, and Devon looking like a drunk fool, but
That's you.
that is normal. That's what she
Winter
said, right?
Mullins.
Okay.
John, Robichaux, these are your stats.
You're going to take your miniature, and here's going to be your green stat, 4, 7, and 9. Your red stat, 5, 7, and 11. Your purple
You're moving
stat,
a little fast for him.
7, 10, and 11. And your yellow stat, 5, 8, and 11. You do have a starting item, which is going to be item number 6 in this deck here.
Pass over the deck.
You can find it, because we'll be setting up ourselves next. Now, for those of you curious, they did have double layer player boards in Destinies. I expect the same thing here, so these cubes won't be all jingle.
I got a
in the
crowbar.
wind. Nice.
Sounds like
that
Robichaux.
What does that crowbar do?
I think I took your voice.
My name's Winter Mullins.
A crowbar.
You were much more sophisticated.
Paris.
Robichaux can discard this crowbar to add 3 to a dice roll, result in any
Okay.
pugilist or melee-focused
Cool.
combat roll.
All right. Going over to Winter Mullins. Talent is going to be
5, 9, and 11. Your combat is going to be 7, 9, and 11. Arcane, which is purple, is 6, 8, and 11. And charisma is the yellow, which is 5, 7, and 10. Your starting item, guess what it is?
oh
It's a bottle of rum.
rum. I would like to make a direct request that this gets changed to
To
bourbon
bourbon.
immediately. Although this is New Orleans, which means rum is probably more appropriate. Ooh, talent is
Julia
going to be at
Paris.
7, 10, and 11.
Can you say the color as well?
Red is going to be at 4, 7, and 9. Arcane is going to be at 6, 9, and 11.
Hang on. 6, 9, 11.
And Charisma is going to be at 6, 8.
She's very charismatic
And
and,
9.
very aggressive.
6,
8 and 9.
8.
You can see our personality difference. My cubes are just strewn
And you
everywhere.
start off with a
and
love
hers
potion.
are perfectly in sync.
I got a love potion!
Is that for helping with charisma?
It's really just rum.
This symbol means
It's just rum.
Just pink rum.
You and Winter are gonna
I
get along.
can. This one is the discard symbol, right?
Yes,
Is that the-
discard it.
Add 3 successes to any charisma. You're right. I'm successful in charisma and in combat.
So no, this is both charisma. One is a conversation check. One is a pacify check.
Okay.
There are going to be times where we've pissed someone off,
Of course.
We have to calm them down.
and we actually have to calm them down before we can even talk to them.
Oh.
It's a whole big part of this. Did every player take their starting items and skill tests?
Yes.
No. Okay. Yes. All players, find your 2 ability cards marked on their back with a S icon. These are your character's starting ability cards. Select one of these 2 starting cards and unlock it for free. Combine all your remaining ability cards together to form a deck of your ability cards, which can be unlocked throughout the game by spending experience. So which ones am I starting? Oh, I see them here. It was literally not the one I'd picked. I read through them, and I was like, some of these seem great.
I'm leaning heavily into the investigation.
Too loud music.
I'm leaning into the investigative skills that I'm good at, so I already have 4, 7, and 9 on there, and now I've taken Keen Eye, which allows me to add 2 to the dice roll.
All explosion results are considered 2 results instead. This is a blank unless you have something that modifies.
Oh, that's usually a blank on here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So then I'll take that.
For me,
That's good.
I think I'm going to take the silver tongue. During pacify tests or conversation tests, add 1 success just in general.
You're so charming.
I'm so
Winter Mullins.
My name's Winter Mullins, and you're dead.
I'm John Robichaux.
I only talk to dead people.
I'm Julia Paris.
Let's see if it reads. Sometimes it has VO, sometimes it isn't installed yet. I'm gonna guess it's not yet.
All right, I'll go.
You wanna do it?
I'll go. Yeah.
All right, can you read it from there?
Don't move the...
New Orleans, 1981. It was the hottest August on record in New Orleans. Humidity covered the city like a mass of rancid honey. Jazz riffs leaked out of the French Quarter, valiantly trying to pierce the sweltering air. People stumbled from street to street and parish to parish as if in a sweat-drenched trance. If ever the city lived up to its ancient nickname, the Wet Grave, it was in the summer of '81. The murder was brutal and archaic. The victim, the mayor's chief assistant, Frank Bousseau, was powerful and important. It was a perfect storm of bad juju from the moment a patrolman came upon the gory display in Louis Armstrong Park. Reporters and rubberneckers swarmed the crime scene almost before NOPD could rope it off. The detective in charge took one look, vomited into the bushes for the first time in his career, and said out loud, to no one in particular, "This is gonna hang on our necks like a fucking millstone if we don't put it to bed immediately." A call was made for outside help, call no one really wanted to make. But in this instance, the NOPD wasn't above begging. Thus, the Beaumont Agency was asked to consult on what would become the first of the Congo murders.
Hi, yes, this is Winter Mullins. Hey, John, we got ourselves a fucking mission. Game progress is saved automatically at the start of each game day. Saved games can be loaded by selecting previously played scenarios and resuming last game. Not important to you, but good to know the app has it. The city of New Orleans. Place a city board as indicated. Hath been placed slightly askew. The only true safe space in all of Dark Orleans, as long as Sofia Ramiro isn't pissed at you. Beaumont agents know better than to bother their boss, causing her anger. When lost, this is where you can receive a hint at the expense of your final reward. Wow. So you could literally, like, progress the game by going to
that
her.
spot.
Place 01 Beaumont Agency as indicated.
That's you.
That's not me.
It's not her.
No, I'm just saying that's you to talk.
But the low-cut top certainly does.
I'll be brief. Here's the evidence file, straight from the NOPD, but it's as thin as my fucking patience. So get to work and track down who did, who's so in, and why they chose to do it like this. Romero returned to her work, dismissing the agents. That's her.
Yeah. Take evidence file 01 from the story deck and place it on the Beaumont inventory. Place all character miniatures next to the Beaumont Agency point of interest marker. So the inventory is just a public market that we can all interact with, right?
So do we need to QR code that?
No, not yet.
Not until we have an opportunity to.
Congo Square, located at the heart of Louis Armstrong Park, is the scene of Bosie's brutal murder. Grab a pin, place it there on Congo Park. Other side up.
Because it's
Okay.
unexplored.
Moving down, we have City Hall, which is going to be this location right here. It's the seat of power in New Orleans and former employer of the victim, Frank Bousseau. It's your turn, John Robichaux.
Robichaux.
Refresh an effort die.
Pull one into your board, and then okay. John Robicheco took one look at the case file that the NOPD sent over and nearly passed out. Boussieu had been strapped spread-eagle to an old wooden cartwheel. Then his arms and legs were broken. No, broken was whitewashing it. His limbs had been broken in 36 places, and what remained of them was twisted in an unnatural, grotesque manner. But it wasn't the violent photographs that made Robicheco's stomach twist into 1,000 knots. He'd
Robicheco?
What's his name?
Robicheau?
Robicheau.
Do you not speak French?
He'd seen plenty during his decade as a homicide detective, and to rival this, it was the startling similarities to Martha's murder.
Maria.
You don't know the name of my wife, you fucking punk?
Maria's murder.
You're almost drunk, winner.
Almost. I read too confidently. Almost 2 years earlier, his wife had been killed in the same horrifying manner. It was called breaking on the wheel.
Robicheau.
Now new. An architect manner of execution not
Archaic.
seen since the 18th century. And now a second killing with the same pattern had fallen right into his lap.
This is
heavy. Robicheau's family house, closed shut and empty for nearly 2 years.
Don't know where that
Dude,
is.
you're literally investigating the torture and execution of your own wife. Like, this game got serious quick.
It's like up there near the light switch.
Yeah,
It's up here.
right there.
Yeah. This game, it's a little bit farther up.
Like there.
Yeah. This game was basically like, we're gonna take mature, and then we're gonna stick someone to an 18th century wheel and break their bones in 4 separate locations.
No, 3 dozen. Do you know what 3 dozen are? 36 locations.
I do know what a baker's dozen is.
So on my turn.
So on your turn, you could go to your own house to explore, or you could just go ahead to like the Congo Square or anywhere else.
No, I am so mentally shook right now.
Now the other important thing, on your turn you have to go through the sequence of events. You've refreshed a die.
Well,
now you have the option to ask a question about a card. And so I believe
I can ask about the evidence file.
the evidence file is available to you.
Unlock abilities. Scan 1 item card.
An item card specifically. So you could scan your crossbow.
Mandatory. Interact with 1 point of interest. So
And
I'm
this
going to
would be a
interact
point of
with
interest.
the Robicheau house because.
Do you want to first scan your item card though to find out more about the crowbar you have?
Oh, wait, it doesn't use it.
It wouldn't use it. No. So I'd hit this up here. You'd go ahead and hold that above that piece of glass, and usually it'll tell you mundane stuff.
Walk softly and carry a big crowbar. Wasn't that what Teddy Roosevelt always said? Either way, you never knew when a good solid piece of tempered steel would come in handy.
Cool. So you get a little bit of information. Hit your house.
The Robicheau family house closed shut and empty for nearly 2 years. Why would I ever want to go back to this place?
Because your wife died there and there's a murder that's popped up that seems very similar. Place the house as indicated. Okay.
What card number is it?
10.
There was still crime scene tape across the front door. Robicheau hadn't set foot here for over a year. Living out of a cheap motel close to the agency. I mean, how could I? Everywhere I look in here, I'm reminded of my wife.
There's a photo, which is a point of interest.
Yeah, that you could interact with. Dust coated everything, included a picture of John and Maria at the policeman ball in '79. Robicheau's mark point of interest with your character marker. This point of interest will only be accessible to you. So we are now locked out of that because this is your story. A door off the hallway led to their bedroom where Maria's things would be. Same thing here. This is going to be a point of interest that's only accessible to you. Stop it. I'm going to just go ahead and airplane mode that because you don't need the internet to play the game. Through the screen door that led out to the backyard, Robicheau could make out the outline of a tool shed. He nearly vomited. He did not want to be here. Backyard markers there. Now we could interact with the back door, which is interesting.
Am I still allowed to interact within this point on stuff I want to?
Yeah. So go ahead and decide what you want to look at. I was going to end your turn.
I feel like, I'm just coming in.
Correct.
I'm just going to come in, and the first thing I do is, I'm loath to be here. It's just memories all over the place. So I'm going to check out.
I know this is hard for you. If you want to go out for drinks afterwards, you let me know.
Are you talking to me on the phone, Winter, or did you follow me, you drunk piece of shit?
God damn it.
So I look at the photo, dust-coated everything, including that photo, is about to face a critical decision. You only have 45 seconds to make this choice.
Okay.
Else John's fate will be decided for you.
This
Ooh,
is
anxious.
This is an important part of the game. There'll be moments where you have to make a critical decision.
45
Those moments
seconds.
will be timed.
45
If you don't make a decision, the game will decide for you. Sometimes these are individual, sometimes these are group, and sometimes that time limit changes.
Okay.
I'm ready. Robichaud picked up the photo and was flooded with emotion. Maria, his friend, his love, his world. In that moment, he vowed he would find whoever did this to her and kill the motherfucker no matter what. Her killer was out there and he had to stop this scum, but Maria was gone and nothing could bring her back.
Kill your greatest enemy, or admit that you'll never find them.
I'm gonna be sad the rest of my life. Fuck me.
Really?
Robichaud set the photograph back down, his fingers lingering over Maria's face. He would find out who did this to her, but not at the cost of his own soul. Her memory deserved to rest in peace, not drowned in the red depths of his rage. This choice will be remembered and will have future consequences for Robichaud. Gain 1 experience. Now,
Which is
experience can go
collective.
into a collective public market. You just leave it kind of on the edge of the board here, so we know that that's there.
And
that point comes off. So remove that point of interest. Remove the other thing. Your turn ends.
Oh, wait, did you click your turn ends?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
After you interact with something specific in the location, it usually your turn ends.
Refreshing an effort die.
But that's where
Winter
you're
moons.
at.
God damn it, not today.
Mullins muttered when he got Romero's page. His head felt like a watermelon dropped into a meat grinder. What a visual. His fault entirely, as the previous night he'd been at the Napoleon House drinking himself into oblivion as he often did on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and so on. At least he wasn't being harassed by any goddamn ghosts, which was the only positive thing he could say about the pounding between his ears.
Shit, maybe some fresh air will do me a bit of good.
Mullins laughed. Who was he kidding? The only cure for a hangover this epic was a 5th of golden brown, but he'd worry about that later. Off to the agency first.
Alright, and it's indicating that going to the Beaumont Agency might be beneficial to me. I think I'm gonna follow
the narrative.
where the narrative is directing me. The only true safe place in all of Dark Orleans. The Beaumont Agency was an impressive building. 1-story windowless brick block wedged in between modest houses on the Faubourg Liverpool's neighborhood.
Faubourg Liverpool.
Did I get neighborhood right?
You got neighborhood right.
It looked like the kind
I
of
also could be
rundown
getting that wrong.
structure that could either house a small church or a strip club, depending on who was leasing it. The lack of flash was by design, though. Beaumont agents routinely attracted the worst kind of attention, so anything that might increase that attention was a liability, hence the shitty, unassuming exterior. Still, as Mullins walked through the front door, he couldn't help but wonder why Sophie didn't at least spring for a fresh coat of paint. Sophie Ramiro, director of the Beaumont Agency for almost a decade, sat behind her desk poring over case files. As usual, she looked at as welcoming as a storm cloud. "I'm busy, Mullins," she said without looking up from her work. Mullins looked down, embarrassed. "Things aren't adding up, and we need..."
So this is where we shouldn't have
said.
gone here. Because this is where it said if we pick to go here,
If we pick to go here, we're gonna pay
skip our
at the end.
final reward.
We'll lose some of our final reward.
Well, it told me to go here.
Narratively, it did.
It said go to the Beaumont Agency.
No, narratively,
hear
it
ya.
did.
Are we
But
as a group...
prior to that?
Are we as a group saying, like, walk in and go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little drunk."
I think we should just end
Is that
our
what
turn.
we're doing?
We should end our turn.
I mean, I kind of love it.
No, let him
Be like-
go. Let him
be
go.
like, oh shit.
Let him get into trouble and lose a part
No,
of his...
I mean, I don't want to lose. It's our collective reward. I don't want to lose
Yeah.
our reward.
Yeah, I'm
the
down.
only option I have is to say, it's just not working out right now.
I think narratively, drunk Mullins is like, oh, I thought we were having a team meeting, and then just walk.
Now, here's the
away.
funny thing. This is chapter 1,
Yeah.
and the game could be like, go here because we'll help you.
Yeah.
But I think collectively, we're going to tell Lucky Duck and Van Ryder Games, go fuck yourself. We don't need your help. End turn.
Okay.
Wait, they wanted a mature game, right? Isn't that how that works?
Refresh and...
For the record, we do not support foul language across the board. In fact, Quackalope is a family-friendly channel, and we warned you ahead of time. And for the 7-year-olds still watching, it's nice to see you here. I should have scanned my rum.
You should have scanned your rum.
Contrary to popular opinion, love potions weren't only used to make someone fall in love with you. Of course, they were good for that, but in smaller doses, they can simply make another person extremely fond of you. And people who are fond of you will do almost anything you ask them to.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Alright, where do you want to go? You should go to Beaumont Agency.
No, I'm gonna go...
Oh, sorry, I thought we were having a team meeting.
I think we broke the game, because now it's not telling her where to go. It's
I'm
like,
gonna
we're
go
sorry.
up to City Hall. Duncan Plaza, home to City Hall, carried the stink of New Orleans politics all over it. Corruption wafted from the concrete and glass like mange from a stray mutt. It made Paris's skin crawl. Paris managed to reach the mayor's receptionist, but here her luck ran out. From the very first look, she knew that getting past this bureaucratic Cerberus would not be easy.
Love potion number 9.
Replace City Hall as indicated. Can you please find...
You get a mean secretary
I
showing
do
up,
have a
man.
mean secretary.
Dude.
Love
Okay.
potion number...
According to the receptionist, the mayor was indisposed and wouldn't be back anytime soon. Paris could read between the lines. For her, the mayor would never be back. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. She chirped in a patronizing tone. Beggars can't be choosers. Paris
I'd be
thought to
happy to
herself.
answer any questions you have.
Paris decided to pump the receptionist for whatever information she might possess, or nothing helps in official matters like a proper customary gift.
Probably not a love potion.
Oh, but the love potion might make her like me.
But you could use the love potion to help with that,
Test.
like, pacify test.
Let me try the pacifying test.
Are you gonna
Alright.
pacify her?
Paris decided to pump the receptionist for whatever information she might possess. So that's this test.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll 3 dice.
Doing them all? Okay. Ooh, perfect success here. Fail on that one, but it's modified
All
with your
those results
ability
are
card.
2 instead. That
So
doesn't
3. You got 1
3,
success.
But can't she add another one and
Yeah,
get
but then
to
I have to-
If
6?
she wanted to discard.
It's not usually wise to discard your items on the first turn.
Typically not, just like canceling your entire turn.
Confirm. According to the receptionist, questions remaining 2. Oh, I didn't get very many.
According to the receptionist, the mayor was indisposed.
already read that.
Oh, I thought you were just skipping it.
No, I
Can you
already
tell
read
me anything about this?
So you've got, here's the interesting thing. So this is one of those puzzles where now, instead of having like certain results, if you'd got a higher success, you might have had 4 questions
Yeah.
you could ask. You only have patience for 2, so you have to choose carefully. It doesn't mean you'll make the wrong decision.
Did Bousseau have any enemies? I honestly wouldn't know, Detective. Mr. Bousseau is very private, and even if I did know the answer to a question like that, I certainly couldn't share it with you. We have policies at the mayor's office, after all. The smile she gave Paris was condescending in the extreme. Coax, intimidate, or move on.
I say
Coax.
bite her. Oh.
The receptionist rolled her eyes. I once heard him complain about the janitor. Maybe you should speak with him. She smiled that smile a second time. Now, I would very much appreciate if you'd stop wasting my time.
I'll be back.
Can you give me some water or bourbon?
I'll be back.
The character's hostility
getting some bourbon.
has increased. Okay, so she said to speak to the janitor. What did Bousseau do for the mayor?
Yeah.
Or, I'm gonna do, when was Bousseau
last
last
seen?
seen? He was here yesterday in the office, just like normal. She looked down, clearly done with Paris's questioning. Anything else? Or can I get back to work? I'm gonna coax her again. The receptionist sighed heavily. I have nothing else to tell you, Detective. Mr. Bousseau was here yesterday and then he left. Nothing eventful occurred. She looked annoyed. The character's hostility has increased.
Winter Mullins. Is that for you? What is it? Is it rum?
No, so this is a sampler of Jefferson's.
John.
This is an experiment. This is a custom 60-gallon French and American hybrid oak barrel with a low, deep impact toast profile.
Nice. This is alcohol.
Redwood. It's your turn, John.
You want to try this? Oh, that's delicious. Don't need this anymore.
That is really yummy. This
Try?
is so in
No-
character, though,
no,
for you to
thank
just
you.
be drinking out of that. John Robichaux is a little bit more refined. He
A little
uses
bit more
glass.
refined. All right, refresh and effort die.
Do I get a second?
I mean, I gotta say, Lucky Duck, I'm having a great time.
So I get a second one, right?
You do, yeah. Whoop.
Okay, you are still in your house.
I'm in my house.
Do you want
Well,
to
you
ask?
could go anywhere else you wanted, or you could interact with your house, continue to explore.
I'm lost in the pit of despair.
What are you
Do you want
thinking?
to check out your bedroom or your back door? Backyard door.
You know what? I kind of want to check out the backyard.
Through the screen door that led to the backyard, Robichaux could make out the outline of the tool shed. He nearly vomited. He did not want to be here. Cheers.
Cheers, Mullins, wherever you are. You drunk bastard.
All right.
I skedaddle down the street.
Remove backyard door. Okay. And place down
Ooh.
card. Oh,
Backyard garden was left unattended for long. It had gone wild. Goes there.
Boop. The tool shed stood alone in the yard. Boop. Its grimy windows dark. Robichaux knew he was in what was in there by heart, even though he had never set foot inside. He had pored over the crime scene photos obsessively. Oh shit, is this where she was killed?
Oh no.
Oh, I was gonna like leave the thing that was just for me in the bedroom, but apparently I'm going to where my wife was murdered.
In the corner of the yard, there was a scorched patch of earth, as if a fire had been lit.
oh no, that's where she might have been. No, she was put on a wheel.
A rack, yeah.
Okay. What do you want to check out?
Cheers, cheers.
Shed?
The tool shed stood alone in the yard, its grimy windows dark. Robichaux. Oh. Yeah. There we go.
The shed was closed with a padlock. Looking for its keys seemed futile.
How good are you
could
in red?
pull on the door to force it open, or you could consider breaking it using an item.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like your crowbar would be effective with this.
The rusty padlock broke easily. It might have served to stop a raccoon from
But this
breaking
doesn't
in,
go away either, does
but
it?
it
Yet.
was no match for a determined
It'll tell you if it
person.
has to go away.
Robichaux pulled the chain of the grimy light bulb dangling from the ceiling, filling the shed with light. Of course, all major evidence of the crime had been removed, but Robichaux had refused the cleaning crew that the department had offered, and the planks of the floor were still stained dark with blood. He could picture where the wheel had been, where Maria's broken body had been. It was almost more than he could bear. He stifled the bile rising in his chest and tried to look around with fresh eyes. Can I say how much narratively I enjoy the fact that I saw this murder and immediately went back home, looked at the photo for a moment, and then went retreaded my steps to the crime scene?
Robichaux couldn't imagine the NOPD had missed anything, but he decided to search the scene again nonetheless, or what the blinkers had missed, the arcane may not.
Yeah.
Robichaux carefully chose a spell and recited it.
I know spells?
Not
know
very
spells.
well.
Not very well, but I'm going to use the thing I'm really good at.
Okay.
I'm going to use all my dice.
Holy cow. Now, if I was there with you, I could help you, but I'm not.
One success.
Oh, no,
Plus
that's
five?
the star's a failure.
The
Stars are-
star's a failure. Well,
Stars
that's
is
5, right?
5's gonna pull you.
Plus 2 is 7.
7's
So I
gonna
have
get you 2 successes.
That's,
2 successes.
Yeah.
So these are going to go away, these are going to go here, and I get 2 successes.
okay.
Something about the bloodstains on the floor looked odd. Robichaux quickly ran to his car, grabbed an ultraviolet light from the glove box, and returned to the shed. At first, the blood lit up in bright purple as expected. But when he moved a burlap sack of soil in the corner, he saw something underneath the forensics had missed.
Hell yes. I may be useless these last couple years, but
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
finding my
Cheers,
wife's
cheers,
killer.
Cheers, 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 cheers. Great, 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 great. Any excuse to drink.
Pulling out his notebook, he sketched what he saw in the blood on the floor of the tool shed. Take the symbol 5 from the story deck and place it in the Beaumont inventory and gain 1 experience. Guys, I'm all up in this experience
You really
train.
are. You really are.
Symbol. Oh,
Interesting.
Okay.
Looks like a bridge with a mustache.
It seemed the arcane was involved in the entire case. Robichaux knew someone who might help in this field.
Is
do?
that winter?
Oh, snap!
Mullet? No.
Dixieland Drugstore.
Dixieland Drugstore was the place well known to all of the Beaumont agents. It was an institution with all manner of the arcane for sale, and also a good place for asking questions about the magical, funny business. Here's the thing. This makes me want to go to New Orleans with the knowledge that I'll be disappointed once I get there.
New Orleans is awesome.
I've heard it's cool.
It's awesome.
I've heard it's cool.
It's such a good place to be. But you want to go in the fall when it's not wet grave.
Yeah.
Summer is
We'll
hot and sweaty.
Okay.
I will come with.
Okay.
I will ruin your nice couple's
You'll
trip.
come with us?
Yeah.
I'd love to have you with us.
Who better to show you around than
honestly
Robichaux?
stay home and watch the kids.
Don't have
Specifically
kids.
Devon's kids. He's got 3.
Remove it.
Your shed
Okay, I
comes
removed
off.
it. My turn ends. Mullins.
Refresh and effort tie. We could do that. We could bring your wife and leave Shiro with the 3 children.
I would never do that to her. She's done amazing with Avery this week.
I'll take Avery.
You'll take it. You're gonna be fun uncle in New
I'll be
Orleans.
fun uncle
you
in
will
New
not
Orleans.
take my
More
son to
middling
New Orleans.
in-
There's no way he's not
Conversation.
getting a shot.
Gentlemen.
Fortunately, the fog in Mullins' head was clearing out, and the pounding was more of a dull throb. Unfortunately, instead of bringing back his much-needed focus, sobering up brought some shit with it that Mullins would just as soon have forgotten.
Cheers to that.
The previous night was still blurry, but one overriding memory cut through the haze. When Mullins left his weathered Cortina to make the short drive home, he hit something on New Orleans Avenue, just north of Louis Armstrong Park. There had been a thump. Was it the curb? A pothole? A stray fucking dog? But it had barely registered at the time, and he had kept driving you soused driver.
Pretty sure it was a raccoon. Shit, was all Mullins could say. The thump was ringing in his ears like it had happened moments ago. Well, better see what that was then. Agents, against his better judgment, he decided to investigate. Working on the case would be hard enough without this hanging over him like a shroud. On the bright side, at least it wasn't far from Congo Square.
You know what I actually think is because you just ended your turn last time, I think you did what was right.
Literally left.
You did the thing you should have done, which was drunkenly go into City Hall, or drunkenly go into the agency and be like, maybe I shouldn't bother her, and leave. And now they're like, hey, by the way, this is what you should have done.
It is playing into the narrative. It's 100% there. Do I intrude on someone else's story, or do I go on Orleans Ave?
You do what you want.
Yeah.
But you could call me up and come hang out with me at my wife's dead scene, or you could go see what went bump in the night.
Okay.
Oh, it's just you.
It's just me, which makes me think I should go there.
Go there, man.
It'll only be accessible to me. Guess what that means? None of you can screw it up. I'm going to the crime scene. We'll check that bump later.
It's not important at all.
Honestly, it's dead. You think it's moving? Congo Square. Scene of the brutal murder. Congo Square. Congo Square, located at the heart of Louis Armstrong Park, is the scene of the Ɂawed's brutal murder. We have the Dixieland drugstore right next to it. The park was a madhouse. Throngs of people gawked at the entrance, trying to see past the crime scene tape and catch a glimpse of the grisly display deeper inside the park. At the back of the crowd, Mullins noticed a man quietly staring at the spectacle. Not moving or saying a word, Mullins wouldn't have noticed him if not for the fact that he was a good foot taller than anyone else present. We have a strange man here at the park. And he's only strange because he's literally a foot taller. He's 6 foot, we're all 5'2". It's a little
He's Tom Vassell in a world of other content creators.
He's Tom Vassell. At the front of the crowd, guarding the crime scene tape, was a frazzled beat cop. The poor schmuck was in his early 20s, green as paint, and trying to hold back the crowd like the levees before a Hurricane Betsy. To be completely frank, he wasn't faring much better than the levees did. Place 04 police officer as indicated. I'm going to interact. Alright, do I drunkenly accost a strange man who's slightly taller than me?
You might think he's a dead person
or,
that you're going to talk to.
Oh, he might be. Or do I talk to the schmuck police officer who really probably doesn't know any more than I do?
I just like the idea of you drunkenly going up to like a greenhorn police officer.
What do you think?
I think a drunkard would talk to the police officer.
Alright, I'm going to go straight to the police officer.
I love how we label him not even as
Sure,
an agent.
for the
but just
record. I love you and support you.
I'm worried.
It's a good thing I edit these videos.
At the front of the crowd, guarding the crime scene tape, was a frazzled beat cop. The poor schmuck was in his early 20s, green as paint. Yes, I'm going to visit him.
You didn't read the rest of it.
I read the rest of it earlier. Mullins forced his way through the crowd and flashed his badge. I'm with the Beaumont Agency. I need to get back to look at the crime scene. The cop barely glanced at the badge, frantically making sure no one was forced their way past the tape. You and every other rubbernecker here. Beat it, pal. I don't have time for your bullshit. Take a closer look at the badge. Runt, I'm expected. Oh. Take a closer look at the badge, Runt. I'm expected.
Or Mullins had a grease that would get him past this shitheel in no time.
Okay. So I could either do a curse or I could do a skill check. Skill check's a little bit more advantageous.
Yeah, I would do that. And you've got all 4 dice.
Do I roll all 4?
I would.
I would save one.
I'm saving one because you're amazing. I'm gonna keep complimenting this here until she isn't concerned about.
Oh, I guess you have.
I haven't even read the rum. You think I'm getting rid of that?
Oh, 7.
4, 7.
So you got 2 without even needing
2,
the other dice.
and during personality tests adds 1. This was
not the same symbol.
It was not the same symbol.
So you just got 2 successes.
Confirm on 2. The young buck's eyes went wide when he looked closer. Oh shit, Captain. Captain said you were coming. I'm sorry. I've just been so crazy. Please don't say anything to him. Please.
Why? I love how your nervous cop is like a 1950s young, neighborhood boy. Oh, jeepers, mister. You need to get into the crime scene. Malarkey.
Mama's gonna be real angry when I get home. Alright, he comes off. This pops over here. Okay. With the gawking crowd held back at the entrance, it was quieter here, but not by much. Police swarmed over the grounds like ants, beat cops, plainclothes detectives, and forensic photographs. One detective in particular stood out, apparently the king of the circus. He was almost certainly the lead detective in the case. Detective LeBlanc. You know what I mean. At the center of the square was where the murder had taken place, lay Bisizu's body.
You can see the wheel.
Oh my gosh. And the blood.
That's cool. That's cool. This is dark.
It really is. It really is dark.
I love this.
I'm going to go straight for the body, because there's no way I'd check with the lead detective.
You're going to go talk to the dead body?
Oh, dude. Oh, dude. There's no way I don't get to do that, Shira. She's sitting here like, I don't know how to read you. Are you enjoying this or concerned that I've drank too much?
You guys have drinking entirely too much, and
this is genuine.
I know how long these stories can take on average.
So just for the record, I know you're tired. I'm having fun. Not completely drunk. Completely sober. I'm just bad at reading.
I'm just genuinely
I know you're
enjoying
epically
this.
bad at reading. You guys are just taking
I think
really
she's concerned
long
she's
time.
not going to be able to go to bed on time.
For the record, it's 1:30 in the morning. We've been at this for half an hour already.
Yeah, and I'm having a great time.
Have not made much progress. There's 15 of these, and we've gone through 4.
Hey.
I
love you and care about you. Good luck editing this video. I'm going to the victim.
Never gonna get posted.
What are you talking about? This is like gold Quackalope.
Yes.
Right.
Messy.
You're going to see the victim as a drunk guy?
A little bit more of this.
You going to see the victim?
I'm 100% going to the victim. I was trying to do an in-camera, mid-video checkup on her emotional state. Can I please have my alcohol back?
No.
That's important to me. At the center of the square where the murder had taken place lay his body. Visit the victim, yes. Mullins nearly gagged when he stepped onto the stage and saw what was there. Oh!
3.
Oh my gosh! Excuse me, Van Ryder. This is not okay.
Whoa!
That's not 36 broken bones.
Alright, says the nurse. Says the nurse. You don't think that's 36? Would he be more like curved or something?
There should be more broken
I'm gonna be
bones.
honest, he's chubbier than I expected. It's hard to see the broken bones.
I don't think he feels the chubbiness anymore.
I mean, the fingers are a little twisted. And the feet and toes, I guess maybe 36.
Alright, you're not an adult nurse, you're a NICU nurse. You work with like tiny little 3-pound babies.
So? Do you think I don't know my human anatomy?
Yes.
They have to do what they do.
They have to know their human anatomy?
An old cartwheel.
Wait.
An old cartwheel, the kind that would have been borne wagons across... What?
The plains.
Reading too fast is not going to be effective.
An old cartwheel, the kind that would have borne wagons across the plains hundreds of years ago, was the exact center of the stage. Bousso was on it, spread-eagled, his hands and feet lashed to the wheel with some kind of white fibrous material. His eyes were wide open, and his face in a frozen rictus of agony, and it was not difficult to see why. The man's arms and legs were bent and twisted like wet noodles. The bones must have been pulverized to dust for them to have turned that way. He looked like a marionette at rest, his limp limbs just waiting for the jerk of a puppet master's hands to spring to life. Blood was everywhere. Mullins examined the scene.
Absolutely.
Roll your
Green check. I did save 1 die, which is actually decent, because I've got to do a check.
5. You
is
get
gonna
1
give you
success.
1 success. Now the question is, do I modify it, add +1 success in any test, subtract 1 for every star roll?
So it's no.
Literally not going to be effective. And this is not a check. Yep.
You have 2 actions remaining.
Okay. Mullins focused on Bousso's tied hands, focus on his massacred head, take a look at the symbol written in blood, or examine the wooden wheel.
Maybe
We're going to
some
start
symbols? Maybe
with
some
his
symbols?
massacred
Maybe
head.
Some symbols?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that too. You always are holding your alcohol.
Up close, Bousso's face was even more horrifying. His eyes were scarlet from burst blood vessels, and Mullins could barely see his pupils. His mouth was open in an eternal, unending scream that Mullins could almost hear in his own head.
Drink a little bit more, maybe you will.
Looking closer, he saw something lodge deep in Bousso's throat. Oh, interesting.
Oh, well,
Do I have
definitely
more
you now
options?
go deep and get the thing out of the throat.
Yeah, once you've gone through there.
You've already done it once.
This is cool. That I have a certain number of actions, but those actions unlock other possible actions.
Yeah.
That's so
Does that
cool.
happen in Destinies?
No. This
Okay.
is new. Like, that's so cool to me.
That's cool.
Okay. Oh, no. I don't
You
got
gotta
anything
do it
left,
again?
man. I don't got none.
Get at least a 5.
I didn't get nothing, man. I got a 3. I cheated. That was... That stinks. Yeah, I know. It always has this offensive thing where it's like, are you sure you meant to enter 0?
Fortunately, his attempt to extract the
It
note
was a note?
clumsy and immediately noticed by a nearby tech. No touching! No touching!
No touching!
An old cartwheel. Oh, yeah. Intern.
All right.
Julia Paris. Refresh your die. Where do you want to go?
Alright, I was in City Hall pestering that clerk. She said that he was seen yesterday. What was the other thing that she said? Remember, I was asking
She
her
said
2 questions.
janitor.
Janitor.
Talked to the janitor, and then she said that he left yesterday morning. Or was last seen yesterday morning.
I'm gonna go check out the drugstore.
Cool.
Dixieland Drugstore was a place well known to all the Beaumont agents. It was an institution with all manners of arcane for sale, and also a good place. Oh no, I have bumped these.
All right.
I
I'll
remember
read
what
for
they
you.
were. That's why the dual layered is
It
better.
was 6, 8, and 9 for the yellows.
6,
8 and 9 for
Nine?
the yellow. Yeah, they
Okay.
were next to each other.
All right.
And then that one was there.
Okay.
The Dixieland drugstore was packed to the brim with voodoo bric-a-brac, shrunken heads, love potions, spell books, I Heart Voodoo t-shirts, and other curiosities. Everything on the shelves was innocuous. The real voodoo objects, powerful and dangerous, were out of sight behind the counter, guarded by Madame Babette Bordeaux, whose family ran the place for decades.
Hello, Julia. It's been a while. You shouldn't have been such a stranger.
She smiled.
Now, what can Dixieland do for you today?
Paris was interested in today's behind-the-counter wares. I don't have money.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we have any money.
Madame Bordeaux is an expert in all things voodoo or arcane and would gladly answer any
You're good at that skill.
questions. Or Paris knew that a customary gift might be a good opener for some questions.
Do you think she would love a love potion at a voodoo drugstore? But you guys said in Destiny it's not good to give your items up right away?
It can be costly to give up items, yeah, for sure.
I'm trying.
Now, there is a concept of us being together to do some of this stuff.
Babette smiled, taking the gift and hiding it below the counter.
There was no need, Paris. We know each other well enough just to sit and talk. Bring on your serious questions, Julia.
Alright. Questions remaining 3. Okay. What do you know about Frank Bousso? I'm
sorry, Julia. I don't know who that is.
Cokes.
I just gave you a love potion, dude.
No, I'm sorry. I've never heard of a Frank Busso. Okay.
Are we allowed to use story cards for that
I think
stuff?
so.
I would say you have to.
Symbol. This is part of a viv, a symbol used to summon aloha, a voodoo spirit. You would need to find me a second part.
Interesting.
It's a note. I wonder if it's the note that's in the throat that you were supposed to try and grab out that you sucked at.
I'm good at that though.
Okay, he sucked at it.
You want to get some more information?
Cokes. The loa are the invisibles, the link between humanity and the supreme creator. Some are good, some are bad, and some are in between. But summoning one can be very dangerous and should never be done lightly. With only part of the symbol, it's impossible to know which loa this belongs to. I wonder if they were trying to sacrifice the people, the murderers, to summon people.
Maybe.
Interesting.
I'm also like, outside of the inner game stuff, just outer stuff, the branching narrative of this is like really impressive, like from like a writing, storytelling, storyboarding standpoint.
Let's see what she's got. You may purchase any item in exchange for money, 01. I don't have money, 01.
Enough business for now.
We got one more question though. We've got an evidence file that we haven't asked about.
Sorry, Julia, I know nothing about this, but look at the picture here. You should take a closer look at this Veve symbol next to the body. It might tell you more than anything else.
Interesting.
Oh, is there one on the card? Is that it right there?
Maybe.
Huh.
No, right here. Look.
You see it?
Oh,
In
that's
blood.
cool.
In blood, there's symbols.
That's so neat.
Oh, that's very cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Intern.
Yeah, I don't have many money.
Refresh and effort die.
Boom. What are you thinking? Now remember, so there is a concept of this is a cooperative game.
Yeah.
Or detective agency. You can continue pursuing your own storyline.
No,
or
I'm
you could come
kind of at the
join.
point though where I'm like, Mullins.
So here's.
I used your voice for you. I'm just like, you know.
So I don't have anything to help you though. That's the issue.
No, but here's the thing. I've recognized the fact that like you discovered something which meant, like I texted this image to both of you and you showed it to Babette at the drugstore, and now we know that you said that there was a note there and Babette said you would need to find the other half. So I'm like, oh, like, you know, I'm drowning, I'm wallowing in my pain.
Yeah, we need to get that note out
In game.
Yes.
Like the problem
Yes.
is in game, if I had a dice saved, I could help support you with this roll, which I don't. Alright, you're going to Congo Square, and you're going straight to dead guy?
The victim.
Alright.
You have to examine the scene. Did you
Don't
refresh
roll
a
your
die?
bonus on this.
Roll.
And refresh a die. Did you refresh a die?
Yeah, I
This
only
turn?
have one, yeah. But I get to add 2 to these results.
Okay.
So the first thing, I'm going to try and just get to the body,
Yeah.
which is a 5,
5 plus.
which is 1 success.
Solid roll. No. You add 2 to the result, don't you?
Add 2 to the...
Oh, it's a
3
5 with the
yeah.
result. Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get that out of his
Don't
throat.
roll it here. No, do you roll it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
'Cause
where I
I've
need to get it
already
out of the
discovered
throat.
this.
Yeah. Hold out a pair of tweezers.
I've already discovered it. Okay.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, beautiful.
3 successes. Yeah, wait.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, successes.
That's not how that works.
I got 11 successes. Made sure NOPD's forensic team wasn't looking, then reached deftly in with the tweezers and removed a small, tightly rolled parchment. Take note card 4 from the
Cool.
story deck and gain.
Nice. Someone could buy an upgrade now on their turn. The base upgrades are 3.
Yeah.
Let's see. The card.
Mine's pugilism.
No.
La justice es la por tus. I don't know why I'm doing like a Hispanic accent for that. But the justice is for the descendants or something like that.
Don't look at the symbols written in the blood.
Oh, I get more actions
You get one
remaining.
more action, please. Written in Busso's blood was a series of
The bottom
symbols.
half of the symbols were smudged, however. Pull it quickly, sketched a portion of it, take symbol
Did
number
Devon forget
2.
we're on video?
What did I say?
Skipped words. You gotta read it all. They don't.
Pulling out his notebook, Robichaux quickly sketched the portion.
He's so
of the
in. He's
I'm
like,
so
they
in.
don't
I'm
need to
forgetting.
know-
They
don't need to know a
here.
sentence.
They quickly sketched a portion of the symbols that he can make out clearly. Take a symbol 2 card from the story deck and place it, and gain another one.
You are just dope at gaining those things. Wait, put it next to this one.
Oh, yes.
Look at
That is the
this.
exact blood that we saw on the ground, too.
Yeah, I told ya.
Amazing.
Okay.
Guys, can I
Robichaux
upgrade?
looked at both sketches and then placed the sheet over the other. The merged symbols, whatever it was, connected the murders of Maria Robichaux and Frank Bissot to one another. Discard symbol 05 and symbol 02. Take the combined symbol 09 from the story deck and place it in the Beaumont inventory.
Gain 2
Gain
more.
2 freaking experience.
Okay.
Guys,
Gain
can I
09.
use some of the 6 experience I've gained to upgrade?
Definitely
Yes.
not.
Yes, because Jesse was worthless.
Boom, combined symbols.
Cool.
Interesting. Kind of
Now,
looks like a stage.
There's definitely going to be a concert happening.
So wait, can I upgrade?
Yeah. I think you
I'm
can
gonna
on your
use
turn.
my keen eye to then upgrade Stroke of Genius. Once per game, add 2 successes to any test. If it's a this, add 3.
Okay, that was the end of your turn. Mullins.
Refresh an effort die, and I shall.
Robichaux's back on the case, guys.
Here's the thing. I think I know the reason why I couldn't get that gunk from that guy's throat.
You're
I
drunk?
hit something earlier, and
You have unresolved personal trauma.
I personally am still invested in whatever happened to that. I'm gonna go back. What happened to Mullins on Orleans Ave? Mullins stood on Orleans Ave trying
14.
to remember what had happened. His memories were shrouded in alcoholic fog, and while he was usually content to remain oblivious to those memories, the time was different. He needed to know what happened the night before.
A lamp.
A broken lamppost lay next to the sidewalk, the bulb flickering on and off. Mullins Park, the point of interest with your character marker. This is only for me. On a park bench farther down the street
Did you
lay
hit
one
a
of the
lamppost?
You hit a lamppost.
If we
It's
did,
not something that's alive. It's
if
an
we
animate
did, we'll
object.
never admit it. On a park bench farther down the street lay one of the city's omnipresent bums, snoring beneath the newspaper. I don't know if that's a compliment or offensive to describe the bum as omnipresent.
Look, he's right there in the green sweater.
So actually, like with certain cities though, like
You got a bum on a street.
like
Always
but
one.
like New Orleans or places in California where the weather is not like cold like it is here.
You have people
You have a
dedicated-
higher population of displaced people.
Well,
who,
not only
you know,
not only a higher population, but you do have different zones and areas that are like when I lived in DC.
We don't need to talk about geography, gentlemen. Continue your story.
When I lived in DC, there was a dude that chose to live on the street that would just stay outside of the CVS singing music, and you just tip him and like go in.
Market, it'll only be.
Just.
what do you want to see? Do you want to see the
It's
lamppost
like
or
she
the bum?
wants to get to the end of the game without enjoying the process there.
I'm enjoying the process. I want to know the story.
We're
Oh,
telling the story.
you have to go to the bum. You're Mullins, man.
Why are you ending your turn?
Oh,
You have had too much of this.
That was all your
No,
fault.
no, you grabbed it.
do you remember what they were?
Yeah,
No, he doesn't. Oh my lord.
definitely something like that. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to the bum. On a park bench farther down the street lay one of the city's omnipresent bums.
Will these be dual layered?
Yes.
Okay.
They
yeah.
will be.
Okay.
They will be. If you stop trying to take this liquor from me, we wouldn't have so many issues. It felt like something I said before.
The bum was
As
snoring
Mullins
loudly
returns-
enough to wake Louis Armstrong himself from the grave. The headline on the paper covering him read, "Clash over Liberty Monument." It was a few weeks old.
Mullins shook him roughly and came to with a, "Oh, what the hell, man?" His breath reeked of booze, or
Mullins knew
thought,
what he would make the man would make the man talk.
Give him your
You're gonna
rum.
give him your rum?
I'm not going to give him my rum. I'm going to shake him. I'm going to for sure shake him. I have a bonus test on this anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll 2, because I already have one
You
bonus
have one
success.
result. 6. So
Assuming that we place these back in the correct place.
you get 2.
I'm pulling 2.
I feel like this should be like there.
I don't think it was, though.
No, it wasn't.
The bum was snoring loud enough to wake Louis Armstrong himself. I have 2 questions remaining. I could ask him, what do you know about this something? Or...
do you know what happened last night?
Did you see what happened last night?
Yeah.
Or did you see what happened at Congo Square?
This is his area on the street,
For
man.
sure what happened last night. I didn't see nothing. I got my buddy Jack. Here he gripped the empty bottle in his arms just a bit tighter. And then I drunk it. And then I didn't see nothing. Even his drunken state, the bum's eyes shifted away suspiciously.
Intimidate, 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 intimidate.
Mullins slapped the bum across the face, and that seemed to help jog his memory. Shit, man, what the fuck? Yeah, okay, I saw this guy on the ground over by the lamp, the broken lamp, you know. I thought he was sleeping, you know, so I was gonna take his shit. And these guys in, like, robes, like priests or something, came out of nowhere, and they pushed me away, real mean-like. And I was like, what the fuck, you guys? They threw the sleeping guy in the trunk and took off. Then I saw the blood and I was like, oh shit! That guy wasn't sleeping, man, you know? The bum's eyes got real wide. Like, fuck me, you know? Mullins doubled over.
His breath coming in ragged gasps. Even a shitty detective could piece together what had happened here. A car had jumped the curb, plowed through the lamppost, and then splattered someone across the sidewalk. Given the amount of blood still left on the pavement, whoever was hit almost certainly died. What if you killed the mayor's thing and the cultists just took a dead body and, like, used a dead body?
Definitely not.
The fact that there was no body and no reports of a hit and run on New Orleans Avenue, Mullins had already checked with his source at NOPD, was a curious detail that baffled Mullins.
This baffles me, Shira. This baffles me.
Mullins is about to face a critical decision. You only have 45 seconds to make this choice, else Winter's fate will be decided for you. Are you ready? Tell me when.
Go.
The overwhelming evidence was that he had killed someone last night and driven away, his booze-drenched mind blocking out the memory. 2 choices. Mullins' alcoholism had finally caught up with him and he was filled with remorse, or all the evidence was circumstantial and Mullins was damned if he was going to beat himself up over an imagined crime.
Who knew what really happened? Could have been a dog that Mullins hit. Nah, fuck it. Mullins didn't have time for this shit. He had a murder to solve. This choice will be remembered and will have future consequences for Mullins.
I gained you an experience.
I still got 1 question left. Anything that...
You should ask him what he knows about your alcohol. See if he knows what brand it is. Oh, no. You should ask him if he knows what that is.
I'm going to ask him about this thing. I don't think he will, but I don't know what this is, man. You got any booze? He burped, and his breath was like sewer. The bum was snorting loud enough.
End your turn. Boom.
I feel like I've made great progress on my own personal development.
I mean, I really
and if you
wonder
notice,
if you killed the person.
I haven't let go of this bottle.
Psychically, he needs it.
I don't know.
Can you go, like you're still at the drugstore, do you want to show her those 2 symbols now that they are 1 symbol?
Oh, I should. I can't see through you.
Narratively, it's like, we sent you the 2nd update, Julie.
Yeah, let's do that. The Dixieland drugstore, we've read that all. What can Dixieland do for you today?
The questions one?
Yeah.
The middle one?
Glad I didn't answer any questions. Alright.
She didn't make it. Oh, no, you did
She
the
did
gift
the
last
gift
time.
originally, yeah.
Yeah.
Got rid of that love potion, which she could have used on me.
Let me roll this.
I wouldn't waste that shit on Mullins.
Okay, these are each 2.
Oof. No,
Nice.
they aren't.
Yes, they are. All 2s are considered. 2, 4, 6. That's still only 1, though.
That's better than none.
But look, we have a good relationship with her. I don't think we need a ton of successes.
1 question would be enough. 2 questions, okay?
Perhaps she can make sense of this.
Now we've got double. Text message came in. Let's see.
Madame Boudreaux's face darkened when she saw that was written on the paper. Bordel de mire! This is the Veve for no, I won't say his name.
No.
Get that away from me.
I won't say his name. Get this away from me.
Cokes?
Intimidate. Bordeaux wasn't very happy when Paris pressed her, but she went on, albeit reluctantly. This Veve belongs to. She paused, making the sign for the cross before continuing. Baron Samedi. He is the Loa of death and resurrection. He is very, very dangerous. Bordeaux shuddered. Paris uncovered a new lead in the
Nice.
case. The name was Baron Samedi. There was no telling what dark doors it might open.
We're up to 4 experience. Shira, do you have
you
an
wanna
ability
upgrade?
at 4 that you want to upgrade?
Yeah,
It's a fair
whenever at
question,
least
make
one
her
of
happy.
your remember performing a test, you may degrade your strongest. Degrade it to add 2. Degrade is what's degraded?
Degrade means you're decreasing your rightmost one.
It seems like degraded is
Sorry. You're
your
increasing
leftmost.
your
Yeah.
rightmost
Okay,
one.
that's what I thought.
It makes it worse.
Okay.
But you do it temporarily to gain a temporary boost.
Not temporary. You do it.
No, she said degrade it to do. Yeah, that's what I said. You ruin your skill
yeah,
permanently to get a temporary boost.
But sometimes that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temporarily.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one.
Temporarily.
Whenever at least one of them is degraded for any reasons, I'll receive an experience for it. So that costs 3. If you can use that. Okay.
You got a new lead.
One more question. What do you know about free?
Ooh, you
What
got
can
new
you
stuff.
tell me about Baron Samedi?
Bordeaux shuddered. What do you want to know more about that? I won't talk about him. A defiant look crossed her face. Please leave my shop, Julia. I've been coaxing mostly.
Oh, she's so
Oh, that's not good.
I said I wouldn't speak about him. If you want to buy something, then buy something. Otherwise, please leave.
She's angry. We pissed her
pissed
off.
at us.
Now we got to pacify her in order to even engage in the same dialogue strains. That's so cool.
It is cool. So how much different is this from the Destiny's
It's very
dialogue
different.
system?
Very different. The
Cool.
depth of dialogue here is more advanced, right, Shira? Whereas, like, in Destiny's, it's more overarching narrative story.
In Destinies, you have more things to interact with that are like kind of like objects and buildings to
Yeah.
enter. This is more interpersonal.
Yeah.
Which I kinda like.
And it dives down, right?
Robichaux's beeper was going off. It was the agency. He hit a payphone and called into the office. Update, the voice at the other end said immediately. Sophie Romero was not known for her small talk. Robichaux filled her in on where the investigation was and then steeled himself for the response. Time is running out, Robichaux. I've got the NOPD breathing down my neck for an update on Bousseau, and we're working on it. Isn't going to fucking cut it next time. Is that goddamn crystal clear? Robichaux confirmed that yes, that was goddamn crystal clear. Tirade over, Sophie continued. Do you need help, or can you get your fucking shit together and handle things on your own? Asking for
Some of
help
us can.
will count as taking a hint.
This is the most inappropriate video we've ever filmed.
No, we can handle this from here.
Where are
You know
going?
what? I'm gonna talk to this snarky bitch at City Hall. City Hall, the seat of power in New Orleans and the former employer of the victim.
Didn't
Frank
script
Bousseau.
that.
I'm Robichaux, man. I'm on the case and my boss is breathing down my neck.
To be fair, it did describe her as such. What are you thinking?
Just gonna give her a crowbar.
No! Here. You want to talk now?
No, I'm terrible at this. Oh, crap.
Yeah, the dual layered boards would be nice. Even on the prototype, because if you're playing this
I'm
game
gonna use all
thematically,
3 of these to try
you
to
tend
talk
to
to her and
spill
get...
the beads.
I need to get at least 8. I need to get at least 8. You know what I'm gonna do? That's 2. I'm gonna actually use this.
Okay.
Once per game. I'm gonna
Really?
add this, and I'm gonna make it 3 successes. And make this
How
chick
did you
like
get
us.
2?
I got 1 success here, and I'm gonna add 2 with my
Cool.
one-time bonus.
Cool.
You have
3
3 questions
questions.
remaining.
What did he do for the mayor?
He was last seen
He was
yesterday.
the deputy mayor. He helped Mayor Dutch achieve his agenda. The mayor couldn't have done much without Mr. Bousseau at his side. The receptionist grinned with all the warmth of a dead fish. Intimidate. The receptionist was easily cowed by Robichaux's looks and quickly started babbling. Frank held some kind of sway over the mayor, but I don't know how. There were whispers that he was really the one in control, something to do with his connections to the Lavaux Corps, but that's all I know. Robichaux uncovered a new lead in the case. Robichaux is killing it! There was a connection between the case and the Lavaux Corporation, and while Robichaux didn't know yet what that connection was, he had little doubt that it would prove significant. Gain that. The Lavaux Corp.
I'm going there.
I
Trust
think
me.
You should.
I've got this handled.
Ground zero for the most powerful organization in all of New Orleans, made of obsidian glass and black steel that jutted out of the landscape like a dark monolith. Someone say hellish cult?
2 more questions.
Did Basso have any enemies?
Why?
I honestly wouldn't know,
You
Detective.
could have asked about the corporation.
I've got one more after that.
Okay.
I honestly wouldn't know, Detective. Mr. Basso was very private, and even if I did know the answer to the question, I got something I can share with you. We have policy at the mayor's office, after all.
I already asked this
Intimidate
question.
worked, though.
No more bullshit, lady. The receptionist's jaw dropped. She was clearly not used to being spoken in this way. Tell me what I want to know! I can't say any names because we all hated Frank. He was awful to the mayor and awful to everyone in the office. He would have been fired years ago, but he had powerful friends at the Ľawed Corporation. At least that was the rumor.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the Ľawed Corporation? Was visibly shaken by the question. Frank had some kind of ties to them. He'd go there for meetings at least once a week, but the mayor never went with him. Afterward, he'd come back and immediately barge into the mayor's office, no matter what he was doing or who was in there. Frank could do that, you see, and the look on the mayor's face after he'd speak to Frank, it was always like he'd been forced to eat something rotten. The receptionist shivered. I think this is the time to coax. Frank's was mixed up with the Ľawed Corporation, and now he's dead. I told you all I know, and I don't want to know anything more about it. According to the receptionist. That's it. I thought that was successful.
I mean, you got some more information for me. Refresh a die. I certainly will. Cheers to that. Absolutely. She is not entertained by me. I mean, I can move forward as if I'm sober. I can continue having fun. I got the glare. All right, refresh the offer die. Okay. We have the casket girl is going to pop up down here.
That's a vampire.
That's
That is
a
a
friend of
vampire.
mine.
The smell of blood in crowds tends to attract the casket girls. Beaumont agents knew a vampire when they saw one. Goes here on this crowd. Okay. So I could interact with her possibly, or I could go straight towards the headquarters. I do have the lamppost that I could interact with. I feel like that's my
I
story
think
a bit.
you're gonna need to pacify people though, and you're the best at it. I think you should go to the љawed Corporation because Sophie's pissed. Like we need to progress with the case.
Yeah. All right, let's go in here. Ground zero for the most powerful organization in all of New Orleans. Made of obsidian glass and black steel, it jutted into the landscape like a dark monolith.
Deja vu.
You want to move him up there?
Okay.
In Destinies, it's a lot more important to move your minis around so that you remember where you are because you have a limit of moving 2 spaces. Here,
We're pulling a card here. Card 03. The lobby of the Ľawed Corporation was Spartan and cold.
looking for clues. Nothing. Watch there.
I'm gonna move her off of here now. Slowly, just kind of.
We got it, definitely.
Okay, that works.
Okay. Behind a monstrous reception desk sat a small man, his name tag helpfully identifying him as Todd.
I wonder if he's the janitor.
Grab Todd, please. Todd looks very, very nice. He's this
He
gentleman
looks very,
right
very.
here.
Yeah, nice is what I will say.
Okay. Along the back wall was a massive portrait of a black woman in a red shawl, her hair tightly wrapped in a yellow turban.
Todd looks like a douchebag.
Okay, well, going to talk to Todd. We'll certainly see. Visit Todd, absolutely. Todd barely looked up as Mullins approached and flashed him a badge. With a voice like a weasel, Todd asked,
"Do you have an appointment?"
I have some questions I'd like answered.
We at the Ľawed Corporation are very busy, mister.
He paused and looked at the identification
Mullins?
before pronouncing his name with a sneer.
You'll need to make an appointment with the appropriate party.
So I have the options. Mullins decided to try a subtle approach. What this little shithead needed was a good ass-kicking, or Mullins knew just what spell to whisper in Todd's ear to get past him. Surprisingly, I'm not very violent. I don't know if that's a result of me bumping these.
No, I think you just
No, you were
weren't.
never very
You just
violent.
never. I think these are the two that you were best at.
All right, subtle approach then.
All four, maybe?
I'm doing
Or
three.
just to be safe. 6?
6 up is going to give me 1 success.
No. Oh, wait. No, during that. Oh, it's not that exact
It's not
time.
that. Confirm. I might know someone you could speak with in exchange for some padding in my pocket. Todd raised his eyebrows, waiting for Mullins' acknowledgement. Okay. Great. Let's try it. When Mullins presented the bribe, Todd raised his eyebrows and shook his head disdainfully.
What exactly do you expect me to do with that?
To be honest, Mullins couldn't really blame him.
Refresh
one of your... Awesome. Your turn ends. Oh, come on. All right.
Julia's instinct kicked in at the first
Wait, what happened?
I don't know.
I got told no. I'm stuck in the lobby.
No, but where? She's in a fight.
Oh. Well, yeah, she's being ambushed.
Because you showed the symbol.
Yeah, she's being ambushed. 4.
4 plus 2 is 6.
6, and you...
It's only 2. It's only 1. A sucker punch right in the kidneys knocked Paris to the ground.
Who's this dude? The assailant was an older, wiry man, a man with ice-cold stare in his single eyes. He backed away, leaving Paris some space and reached for a cigar. No hard feelings, Beaumont. I'm here to have a chat.
But I'm not Beaumont.
Beaumont Agency.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we'll have a chat exactly the way you like. Paris mumbled the spell which could repay the man for his warm welcome.
So you either engage in conversation, attack him back, or curse him.
Engage.
Glad we can talk like civilized people. Now listen, I learned that you are sniffing around Ľawed Corporation. I'm to tell you that it will be appreciated if you stop doing so. Do your thing, but stay away from the corporation. Are we...
You're like a 150-year-old vampire. Don't let
Fuck you!
The man showed no emotion in response, so we're doing it the hard way.
Yeah, we'll have a chat exactly the way you like.
You should use, the 3 again. Nice.
If I was with you, I could help.
6, so another 1.
Still that same 6.
Before Paris could stand, the thug's boot connected with her face, sending her to the ground.
Dice. Oh, but you get an experience point
But I
for
get
degrading.
an experience for degrading, yep.
The man stood above Paris, looking down at her. Let this be a lesson. Tell everyone in your agency to know their place. Stay away from jourd'aude. Lighting a cigar, the man simply walked away. Julia sensed blood.
And she felt a stirring in her throat. God damn it, not now, she thought. The past month had been particularly difficult for managing the hunger. She had been upfront about her issues when she joined the agency. In fact, she was convinced her status as an ex-casket girl was why she'd been hired in the first place. But her employment was conditional on her managing her appetites. She refused to go back to the convent, and she loved the work. So this was the last thing she needed. She'd have to make another trip to the bank. The 3rd this week if she was to keep her hunger under control.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sure didn't like me drinking, so...
Blood bank! I get a blood bank! Blood bank was in... Can you find that guy? The blood bank is in a rundown strip mall. The kind you wouldn't set foot in unless you wanted drugs, mugging,
Do
or
not
worse.
talk to this dude.
Absolutely.
I'm a 150-year-old vampire. What am I afraid of?
You're right. You're right.
Here's marks.
It's only for her.
The location with your character marker.
Do it.
Your turn ends. You just got accosted. I like that it does that. Okay, what are you thinking? If you go to here, I can help you with 2 dice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure.
Go into the ļawed Corporation.
No, remove it. Interesting.
Okay.
A one-eyed man appeared out of nowhere and took
Do you want to
possession
mess with
between
me?
John and the
That
building.
thug that just assaulted me.
Oh, that's so
Can
cool.
I upgrade at any time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna upgrade. Is this okay to
That's
upgrade
so
for
cool.
pugilism?
I would assume so. I'm
The
just kind
thug
of...
is
Are you at
blocking
the
you.
are you
I'm
at the
in
location with
office.
me?
I'm in the office.
But are you with me if the office is no longer
Yeah,
there?
I'm there. I'm there for sure.
Like I met you outside. I'm like I'm gonna go in and help you talk.
I mean, technically, here's the issue. Technically, I'm here.
Oh, so
you're now
not,
being
you're not
you're
with me.
being
You're not with me.
prevented to go in there.
Okay. All right. So I've got 3, and I just upgraded to where if I roll a thing, it goes to a 1, and I get to roll an additional exhausted one. So hopefully I might be okay with this fight. I'm gonna take, in honor of my vampire friend. You know
That's
what?
far enough, Beaumont. Walk away.
Bring it fucking on.
It was time for a revenge.
You got a crowbar.
Oh heck yeah.
Do you want to try using it first?
Well, I'm gonna roll and see what I get first.
Can you do that? Add 3
to your dice roll on any test.
Okay.
And this is, to me, this is the fighting barrier to progress the story. 2, 4, and 1, which is 7, which gets me 2.
3 wouldn't help you.
What's your thing do?
That doesn't help me either because it has to be for a wasted one. But I think 2 is pretty good. I think that's probably the threshold.
Robichaux exchanged several blows with the man before a powerful 1-2 punch sent the bastard down to the ground. The man lay beaten and unconscious. Robichaux took the cigar he dropped and stepped over him, heading towards the building. Take cigar 03 from the consumables deck and place it in your character's inventory.
I am a fucking badass.
Took his cigar out of his mouth.
Wait. Oh, that's story. Whoops.
Cigar 03. And take him off, and I would bet comes back down the building. Amazing. Now we're together. Robichaux complied, not wishing to take another beating. Robichaux tried to clear the way. Oh, interesting. So...
What?
So this may be an app weird thing. This may be an app weird thing, considering we're working with a prototype. My assumption is this should end your turn, and now you have the building available.
Yeah.
Because that's a full cycle is dealing with him.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't do anything else. I would
turn.
just end turn here, yeah. So the nice thing about, Destinies had this whole playtesting thing where they sent out the app, and then everyone could report back issues.
Stuff that happened.
And they just updated it behind the scenes.
Oh,
yeah,
that's smart.
It was cool. And you could actually see, like, no offense, Lucky Duck, but when you get to the stuff that's expansion content and like deep expansion content, like mission
that hadn't had the feedback.
Glitches.
You'll still run into little moments where you're like,
Gotcha.
and you're like,
Okay, did you refresh a die? Mullins, did you refresh a die?
yeah.
No, he didn't.
Because you got to imagine, out of every 100 people that play, 2 people give feedback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. What do I want to do?
You're up there with me, man. Go in, and I'm with you. Because I would have been there.
You don't have any modifiers to help me, though. You have your cards, which I could use, technically.
You can use my cards? You can use each other's abilities?
I can use one ally's abilities and any number of allies' supplemental dice.
Oh, well, can you use my ability even if it's a once per game?
Yeah, but we wouldn't want to discard that once per game thing. I still have a trigger here at Orleans Ave. Do I go look at the lamppost to progress my own story?
We haven't even talked to the strange dude.
Or the vampire queen.
Let me handle this, because I can give douchebag a cigar.
He might like the cigar. He didn't like the
I think he
alcohol.
probably wants money, man.
He probably does, but
Not
he's
a half
douchebag.
smoked-
He probably wants a cigar,
Not a
too.
half-smoked cigar.
Not that, like, cigars are synonymous with douche. That's not how that sounded, but...
Definitely is the case. Yeah, I'm willing to stand by that statement. I'm gonna go back to Congo Square. I think I'm gonna talk to the awkwardly tall guy.
The awkwardly tall guy? The
Like-
dead guy?
No, he's not dead.
Oh, he's so
just,
dead.
He's a little taller.
He's
than
just a dead guy.
Slightly taller than average.
I see dead people. You're M. Night Shyamalan.
Here's the question, though. Maybe I get a chance to talk to dead people if I go to the lamppost.
Maybe. Go to the lamppost. It's
Lampposts are tall
your
guys.
thing.
They're basically both the same height.
Lamppost.
All right.
They're basically both the same.
The bum's still there, too.
Where are you at?
Interesting enough.
Where's your
I'm
person?
over here.
Yeah.
All right. It doesn't seem like I've resolved everything I could get from the bum either, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because my success result could be higher. The pole had been shattered clean through, but a few of its wires remained connected, intermittently feeding electricity to the abused lamp. Mullins examined the lamppost and the area around it more closely, looking for some kind of clue about what happened the night before. Checking on green, gonna roll a double into this. 3, 6, 7, 8. I am 1 short of multiple successes. There were blue flecks of paint near the lamppost. Blue paint had the same color as dumpy Corinthia
Nice.
that Mullins drove around. He was sure that he had examined the car. He'd find fresh gash on the paint. Gain 1 green down.
Just push it away.
Beyond the lamppost, by the
Can you
light of the
pick which
flickering
one goes
bulb,
down?
Mullins found a dark pitch on the
Just as soon
sidewalk.
as you can.
Dried blood, recently dried. Nothing else stood out immediately, but Mullins could feel his bones that there was more to discover here. Your turn ends. I didn't get everything there that I could have.
Refresh the die.
Alright.
You can visit that site now. None of us have money.
I want to try visiting the blood bank.
Where would we get money?
Blood bank, probably.
Maybe.
Blood bank is in a rundown strip mall, the kind you wouldn't set foot in unless you wanted drugs, a mugging, or worse visited. Yes. Paris walked into the storefront labeled Handy Laundromat, past the miserable-looking blinkers waiting on their wash cycles, and through an unmarked door in the far back. The back room was plain, dirty concrete with a single opening in the wall blocked by steel bars. Arcane symbols were painted in red around the opening, protecting the sallow attendant sitting behind the bars from any magical funny business. He looked up from the porn mag he was absently-mindedly flipping through.
Take some confidence.
He seemed mildly surprised to see Paris.
Back again, Julia. Rough week. Actually, it needs to be like...
He gave her a smug grin.
Back again, Julia. Rough week.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood, Archie. Just give me a 400 ml bag and make it quick. Nope.
No can do, milady.
Archie replied with a shrug.
It's been a slow week, and you've hit your quota.
Sitting behind the bar window, Archie browsed the magazine, raising his gaze from time to time at Julia, as if comparing her to one of the girls from the dirty photos.
You've just been beat up. You're coming here.
I love the
Archie
is
is
phrasing
giving
on
you...
this. Maybe if she used her nice voice, she could convince Archie to give her a bag.
No.
It's like telling.
She
it's
has
like
just
telling
been
you,
like slap.
should
Yes.
smile more. That's
4,
6.
6. I still always get 6.
This feels like it's been hard to get a lot of successes.
Paris strained at the bars with all of her considerable strength, but accomplished nothing more than straining her shoulder.
Julia, try that again, and I'm gonna have to blacklist you.
A refresh and effort die.
All right. You could go talk to the lamppost.
Me?
Why am I talking to a lamppost?
I think that... So... What are all the things we've got?
Yeah, we haven't even
This
had him
note.
show up yet.
I don't know, but he's got the symbols on the bottom of his thing
Does he?
that we need.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
Baron Samedi.
That's 100%
That's
him,
him.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's totally Baron
He's
Samedi.
got a whiskey bottle. I'd like to meet him.
So the thing that we haven't focused on, guys, is who do we think could help us with this, the note?
I mean, the note led us to this corporation.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. She checked the note, and it was like, hey, those are symbols coming from this dark obsidian tower.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Ľ'awed Corp building? That's where we're supposed to head to.
No.
Yes.
The Ľ'awed Corp was from her.
And
I
she-
intimidated the mayor. It had nothing to do with this note.
Didn't you show the note to her?
Oh, you mean the note? I meant the symbols.
No, the note we haven't showed to anybody. I was wondering if maybe my friend knows.
You're not going to try to... You just beat up a dude to get in there.
Yeah, but
You
it didn't
give him a
have...
cigar.
I guess I could do one of these options. Yeah, I'll go in. Sure.
You don't have to.
You guys are intimidating me.
Todd,
There's also a portrait.
you can interact with the portrait.
Along the back wall was a massive portrait of a black woman in a red shawl, her hair tightly wrapped in a yellow turban. Visit it. Oh, it's the thing I'm good at. The painting dominated the entire wall of the foyer. As Robichaud moved toward it, he could feel the eyes following him. Up close, a gold nameplate at the bottom of the frame read, Marie Laveau, 1801 to 1881. Hey, she was alive in your time.
Yes, she was.
Robichaud examined the portrait more closely.
I wonder if she's a vampire.
Let's see. I got
Decent
8
roll.
plus 2 is 10. I got 3 successes. Boop. To the left of the painting was a small plaque. Robichaud almost didn't notice it since it had the same color and texture as the wall, and it blended in almost invisibly. It read, Marie Laveau, the New Orleans queen of Louisiana voodoo, established the foundation upon which the Ľ'awed Corporation was built. A talented healer and practitioner of the arcane, her love for this city guided every decision and choice she made. It is that same love that drives every action the Ľ'awed Corporation takes on behalf of this great city. Marie Laveau had 15 children with her partnership, Christophe Dominique Dumini de Galapion, but only 2 daughters survived into adulthood, Marie Eucharist Eloise, who tragically died in 1862 at the age of 35, and Marie Philomene, who carried on her mother's legacy and ultimately established Laveau Holdings, which officially became љ'awed Corporation in 1901. Gain an experience point. Guys, Robichaud is on the case!
You keep doing experience points. Okay, remove the portrait.
Come here, Todd.
You gotta click OK.
Okay? Whatever. Whatever.
Winter Mullins. Refresh and effort die. feel like I've gotten just about everything I'm going to get out of this lamppost.
Go to the site.
I think so. Congo Square? Yes, I'm going to go talk it to the strange man. At the back of the crowd, Mullins noticed a man quietly staring at the spectacle, not moving or saying a word. Oh, that's why he's weird. It's not just his height. Mullins wouldn't have noticed him, for not for the fact that he was a good foot taller than anyone else present. Mullins approached the tall man casually. What's the city coming to, am I right? The man looked down at him as if acknowledging a gnat, and then returned his gaze to the spectacle. Dark days
are upon us,
he said in the deepest bass voice that Mullins had ever heard. The man was quite frankly terrifying. He would not be easy to intimidate. This is what I'm good at. Despite his initial feelings of talking to a statue, Winter tried to get a conversation.
You get a +1, so you get 1 success already.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Nice, 5.
That was cocked, man. That was.
It's 2 successes still. It's still 2 successes.
Mullins approached the tall man casually. I have 2 questions remaining. What do you make of this? Which could be anything. Who are you and why are you interested in this? Or how the hell did you get so tall?
I know what Mullins would ask, which is not relevant.
The man smiled briefly, the first display of emotion Mullins had seen, and then looked him in the eyes.
By the grace of the Almighty, little boy, I am tall because Elohim wanted me to be tall.
I'm gonna coax him.
We are all what we are by the grace of the Lord. I sense a divine curiosity in you. Perhaps in another life, you would have made a good member of Cazador.
Maybe. Mullins uncovered a new lead. In this case, a mysterious organization known as Cazador Inc. gained 1 experience point. I could ask what he can tell me about Cazador Inc.
Yeah.
Or I could say, who are you and why are you interested in this?
Nope. We already got the tidbits.
Don't feel like he's going to tell me anything.
We are all that stand between the Diablos and the good people of this city. We are the bulwark between New Orleans and Dark Orleans.
Coax has got to be it.
We do not usually associate with your kind, but these killings are too momentous for us to draw partisan lines. You will find the office of Cazador Inc. at the Cabildo, and there you may find answers.
Okay. Mullins knew the building, but he did not know who called it home. Gained 1 experience.
You know what, dude? Upgrade yourself, man. We've upgraded. Upgrade yourself.
I'm good. Let's hold it.
No.
I'm not doing much.
No.
I'm not doing much.
No.
Let's sure use it. Okay, we have the Cabildo added down.
Yeah.
Mullins approached the man casually.
No, that's the same thing.
Sure, your turn. You could upgrade if you'd like.
And she gets her die back.
Okay. Paris inwardly groaned at the beeping emanating from her waist. Director Romero wanted another update. Paris dialed the agency's number from the nearest payphone and gave the director an update on the status of the case. Sophie didn't mince words.
This should have been solved yesterday, Paris. You and your goddamn know it.
Paris knew no such thing, but she wisely kept that to herself.
Next time I call, I want a real update, and not whatever the fuck it was you just told me. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Tirade over, Sophie continued. Do you need help, or can you get your fucking shit together and handle things on your own? Asking for help will count as taking a hint. Yes, we are going to use a pointer in the right direction.
I don't think the group has agreed to that.
I don't want to help.
Alright, Baron Samedi, I get it, though I doubt that's the work of the Lua himself. Some motherfucker is probably using the Baron's magic to do his dirty work. Find out who. Okay.
Probably Laveau Corp.
It's like we're already on the trail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Intern, I guess.
No,
You can keep go somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm already doing stuff at Laveau Corp. You
could go
totally
join, though, and take advantage of his dice.
Yeah, I got all...
Okay.
No, I don't have all 3.
Do you have all 3 or no?
I don't have any. I used them. I just was holding.
Never mind.
I'm gonna try
Devon
and get...
has placed his dice in the wrong position.
I'm still hungry. I'm gonna try and get blood.
I'm still hungry. This is like a human being like, I need to go to In-N-Out real quick. He's just like, I need to go to the blood bank.
Now she's getting violent. This didn't work.
I know, I have extra die, though.
What's your initial impression
4,
of this versus
3,
Destiny
2.
in terms of narrative? Narratively, you have to be enjoying this.
Narratively, this is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. The fact that I've been told not to drink anymore is a little disappointing.
Paris shot her hand through the bars and grabbed Archie by the collar, pulling his greasy little face into the bars enough to break a tooth. Blood now. Archie
You were doing
squealed.
Archie, you gotta squeal.
I wasn't lying. The bank's completely dry. Shit, let me go, and I've got something that might help. Julia eased off reluctantly, but kept her grip on his collar. One of your sisters was here in the other week, bragging that she kicked the habit for good. Esme, I think was her name. Maybe she was full of shit. Maybe she's got a cure for the blood shakes. That's all I got for you, I swear. Paris, let him go. I get a green. A red.
That's awesome.
Blood bank.
Blood bank comes off. Token comes off. And
Ursuline Convent comes down.
and her token goes on top of it. So she's progressed her storyline unlike either of us.
What do you mean?
Neither of us have progressed our storyline beyond what
Do I need to go back to the bedroom, you think?
you might, yeah.
But I found so much stuff there.
You still have your... You still never went to bed.
Yeah.
I never slept in the room of
And
where my dead wife
I
was.
haven't made it past the drunkard
Your
or
bum
the lamp.
or your
His body
lamppost.
ended up beyond the reach of the agency. Oh.
After you didn't read it.
Sorry, it was...
What are you doing?
I'll paraphrase. It was essentially saying that the agency had taken too long and the police had finished at the location, and so the body had been taken back to the morgue, and
Wow,
so
they
we don't
cleaned
have
it up.
access to it anymore.
Interesting.
But we got what we needed. That's crazy. There's a time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
time sensitive. This
yeah,
is
you
gnarly.
realize it's been an hour.
Are you win it?
And the body's gone here. Oh, we didn't talk to him.
Oh no.
LeBlanc's gone. He's probably an idiot. He's probably one of those
Is the whole
beat
tile
cops,
gonna go
just a
away?
homicide detective that didn't do
No,
much.
Oh,
he
he's on the
moved.
board now.
But the tile's
Tile
gone.
leaves. Strange man's gone.
Wait, no,
Well,
he's not.
she's gone. Strange man's gone, and that tile's gone. Holy cow!
The whole crime scene.
The whole crime scene's gone. All right, and you have Detective LeBlanc's here now, but this is what we have.
I wonder
It's
if
almost
she.
like
I
you
wonder
guys
if she.
should progress your stories. That's all that's left.
I've been doing actively stuff for the case every turn. Do you want to upgrade? It costs 3. Your stuff might cost 4 from now on. I don't know.
My stuff is not really helpful to upgrade.
Do you have anything that's helpful? I guess we can look through it before your turn. So I am at this location. I might as well continue. I feel like this is a thread that we have to keep plucking at.
Yeah, I would talk to Todd. Do you have dice?
Yeah, I got dice for this tool.
All right.
Oh, so he's like, do you have an appointment? I was like, how about I slap your shit like I did with your one-eyed friend? Hell yes.
That's a cool update.
Todd swallowed so hard that Robichaux could hear it.
Miss Charlotte, floor 32 down the hall.
He replied, all his confidence gone. Fuck you, Todd!
Took some
Remove
effort.
Todd. Hands off.
We've got a new location. Tile 4.
Okay, what is it?
On the frosted glass door was the name Charlotte Batten. Inside was a spacious office with a breathtaking view of New Orleans.
I'm sure she's gonna come down.
Ugh,
Charlotte
she just
Baton.
looks like a
Middle-aged
horrible
woman
human
sat
being.
behind the huge desk like a queen. She exuded power, class, and authority.
Well, I guess I'm gonna talk to Charlotte.
Yes. Displeasure was written over every inch of Charlotte Baton's face.
And whom should I thank for this unwelcome interruption? This is not good, guys.
I'd be good at this. I'd be good at this.
We need you to come up here.
You need extra dice.
I might come join you.
Do you think I could beat her up with a crowbar?
Not quite that chill.
I think we'll probably need at least like 2 successes for this, and that's an 8 for me.
Do you have anything that you can discard?
Nope.
4 is
Just that's not even. It's 0.
Yes.
you get
I get one question.
One question. Displeasure was written over. What can you tell me about this? Who are you? Did Frank Busso work for the Laveau Corporation? What do you know about Baron Samedi?
Ooh, what can you tell me about this? Show her the note.
Okay.
At first, Charlotte showed no interest. This thing is trivial and there's nothing to say about it. After a moment, however, she looked again at the item, but said nothing.
Interesting. Coax or intimidate her.
Intimidate. I sense Baron Samedi's magic tainting this item. You're looking to make yourself some powerful enemies. But the Baron will be the least of your worries if you keep speaking to me. Their hostility has increased.
Didn't tell us anything new though.
It didn't, but we have to be able to. She's something we gotta talk about.
Do you want to go attempt to help? Do you think you have enough dice?
I got a lamppost to talk to.
And a
Got a
bum.
lamppost to talk to.
All right. So here's
your
one
bum
thing.
died.
Here's one thing I could upgrade. One of them is just start each game, so I don't need
That's
to do that
four.
I think
now.
there's
we only
only
have
3
three.
up there.
Oh, do I not have any?
That's
that
the
are...
only one we have, and it's for next game.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's
Just
go.
do where you're at, man.
Let's go check.
You're not going to the lamppost?
No, I'm
You're gonna
going
come
straight.
help me out?
I'm going straight to her office. Visit her. I'm going to try to pry her secrets from her. Rolling 4.
So that's one
One
success,
success.
plus 5 is 2 successes.
Plus
Plus another success.
3 successes.
3 successes. Yes.
3 questions.
Did Frank Busso? I mean, that's the thread that we know.
Well, how did you get that many successes?
Because you got one
Here,
success here,
here,
one
here.
success for the 5,
Oh,
and one
gotcha.
success for
A
that.
charming one-eyed thug wanting Beaumont to leave Louveau out of this investigation. Explain yourself. I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. Charlotte's smile was openly mocking. Coax. I'm sure the man's intentions were good. Perhaps you should reconsider his offer. Baton smiled and pushed some cash across her
I could have
desk.
used that cash.
Mullins took money and left. Mullins refused, pursuing the topic follower. Me refused, but dropped the subject.
You
Oh.
are a man who talks to corpses.
Refuse. Push the topic further.
Baron's stare turned really nasty. Perhaps you should have listened to the man. Character's hostility has increased. Anger boiled in Baton's eyes. The meeting is now over. A flash of blinding light, and Mullins felt himself being thrown backwards by an unseen force. Character turned hostile and would not answer any more questions.
Oh, she can use the purple arcane. You have to Mullins would need to defend himself with whatever magic he could conjure up.
6? Wait. Is that 1? Discard this, and you get, because you didn't roll any negatives,
What is it?
he discards it and adds a success.
Mullins saw the blast coming and threw up a counterspell. The air around him comprised briefly as if in a vacuum, then rebounded with twice the force and knocked Baton tumbling from her chair. She picked herself up off the floor, a look of pure hatred in her face.
Get the fuck out!
Mullins nodded slightly before leaving the office. I'm certain we'll be seeing each other again in the future, Miss Baton. He didn't look back as he walked down the hall and into the elevator.
And now you can upgrade yourself with a...
I don't think I need to, though. You got one that needs to be done?
She said none of them were helpful, but you have 2 that are worth 4.
I could do this. If we keep getting the
All
experiences.
ability cards purchased after this one cost 1
Okay,
fewer.
we
That's not
remove
bad.
her.
Oh, her
remove
office is
her whole
gone.
Tile.
Oh, and we can't even go there anymore. I wonder if we're not even going to be able to go there anymore. Yep. Well done. You officially pissed her off.
Your turn ends. Okay, my turn. Alright, where can I go
Are you going to your covent?
now?
You can go to your covent.
I would like to...
All character stories are to some extent supposed to weave back into the main story.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
progression in those is progression in the main story.
Hang on. Julia's hunger intensified. She knew she couldn't resist it forever.
Oh, we took too long.
I needed blood, and he didn't have blood from me.
Who are you killing?
Are you going to kill someone?
That'd be amazing, right?
Just go to the detective.
LeBlanc went back to NOPD headquarters to do his paperwork. I'm gonna go visit him. LeBlanc stared up at Julia and sighed as she entered his office. Paris wanted to see just how much LeBlanc knew about the case. LeBlanc looked like a small gift might get him into a talkative mood.
You don't have anything to
I don't
give
have
him.
anything to gift him. Okay, let's do
I
that.
bet he likes cigars.
I bet he does.
Nice.
Alright, 4, 6, and this is 7, 8. 8 is 2.
Nice.
1, 2. Confirm. Okay, LeBlanc stared up at Julian's side as she entered his office. What do you make of this? Do you have any leads? What can you tell me about the Cazador Inc.?
Because we don't know as much about them.
Yeah. The most dangerous assholes are the ones with the divine mandate. I keep as far from those zealots as I can. Intimidate. Evina LeBlanc's head began to
That was not
throb.
the right choice. He seemed to be giving you information readily.
My blood pressure can't handle dumbasses like you trying to push me around. Beat it, fuckstick.
Ooh.
No. Okay. Do the autopsy
Julia
turn up
is
anything?
feisty when she doesn't have her blood.
Yeah.
She's vampirically hangry.
If we'd taken a poll, I bet.
Hungry, I would
We
have
would-
coaxed.
Should I
Voted
show him
against that.
should I show him the note? Because that's what pointed us to that.
This one?
Yeah.
We need info on it, but I mean, she kind of responded to it.
So.
You know, she said it was about Baron Samedi.
Right.
So we have our information.
Can you tell me about the Laveau Corporation? That thing just disappeared.
What about the autopsy though? Because they have taken the body back, so that's information we didn't have.
Not really, unless you're more into the gory stuff. The eggheads will be filling out the man's damage report for hours and hours. LeBlanc stared up at Julia. That's it. Okay.
Refresh a die.
What are you doing?
Laveau Corp is gone. You know what, guys? I just feel like I'm kind of like ruminating on all the dark, weird ass stuff that's happening right now, and I'm gonna.
You're gonna go to bed?
I need to go reflect on what happened with my wife.
It was nearly unbearable, but Robichaud chose to investigate the room, or you tried to sense madness.
Robichaud looked around the bedroom, the heart of their home. A fine blanket of dust lay over everything. Nothing had been touched. He could feel the absence of Maria's presence so keenly that it was almost more than he could bear.
I thought we read that earlier.
So I'm going to do the stuff I'm good at.
Yeah.
7, 9, so that's all 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Under the pillow was a black pendant, one of Maria's gris. Robichaud had forgotten all about it. Perhaps she was watching out for him after all. Take the black pendant, 09 card from the consumables deck, and place it in your character's inventory.
I can either receive 4 experience during the upgrade phase or 2 successes to any test.
You're done.
One-time use?
One-time use for either.
Now the
of
upgrade
those.
phase is at the end of the game.
Yeah, I might just might do it for 2 successes.
Refresh a die, and let's see where we're going. What do we got to progress this story?
You have got to figure out the lamppost.
You think I keep searching over there?
It's our like character stuff.
Yeah, but I could go to the coven. No, I can't.
Did you take off the bedroom thing? Because it didn't say to take it off.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
What was the Cabidalo again?
The cabin.
Cazador?
No, the
Cabildo is where Cazador Inc. is.
That's that.
We need to go.
That's that creepy religious organization.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they are actively working against Laveau Corp.
Let's do it. Gonna visit them. The Capitol is set in the shadow of St. Louis's cathedral, dwarfed by it in all respects. Mullins ignored the main door, which led to the museum, and approached a small, seemingly insignificant side door. This was the real entrance to the Capitol. Like most things of the Dark Orleans, the less significant they appeared, the more important they actually were. He grabbed a simple brass knocker and rapped against the wood. The door was opened by a surprisingly young man. He was fierily handsome.
Fiercely.
If not for the severity of his features...
He was virally handsome is very, very different.
Fierily. That reflected religious fanaticism. The man looked like he had never enjoyed a laugh in his life.
What kind of handsome are you? I'm pretty virile.
Replace the cabildo as indicated. Is that strange man that was...
No.
The man's gaze was piercing
This is like
and
a
stern,
much more clean-cut
but his
guy.
welcome was polite, if a bit cold. How can I help you? Mullins cleared his throat. Can I ask you some questions?
That's what you're good at.
This is what you're good at. 3 plus 1 success is
4.
1.
The man's gaze was piercing and stern. What can you tell me about this? Who are you? Can you explain what type of institution you are exactly? I'm at one of your Congo Square. Who is he? Surely you can tell me more about Baron Samedi. The Inquisitor crossed himself. I know this devil personally. The vilest demon of Nueva. His
Different way
domain
of saying new.
is the cemeteries of the city, and his sinful worshippers call themselves Dead Saturdays. Mullins uncovered a new lead in the case, a gang called the Dead Saturdays. Pleasant-sounding bunch. Evidence pointing to the Baron most probably points at them, which makes it worth checking out. Gain 1 experience. Mullins didn't need his detective skills to instantly figure out that this zealot viewed voodoo through twisted lens of his own faith, but he played along.
Have you not got any 4-point thing that helps?
I mean, I've got, whenever I gain an experience by learning a new thing, I could gain one additional
by learning
experience.
a new part of the case?
Each game, I start with all 3 dice.
What's that one?
This one requires Street Smarts, which is that one.
But
whenever you roll at least 1 star during a test, afterwards refresh 1 die.
That's pretty good.
And then all ability purchase cards are 1 fewer after this.
So that, it doesn't help for this video. This one's not bad, though.
I think you should ask this.
I could go ahead and do that, and then we would have two left. Because it's a 4, and I just earned 1, and we'd gain another 1.
No, I already added the 1.
But we'd earn another 1.
If he had bought it before this, then he could have used the ability.
A lot of these work for long game. Yeah, we would have 2. A lot of these work for like the extended game. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. The man turned away from Mullins to look at a large crucifix.
We wouldn't
adorning the
actually
wall.
do that. That's when you like get a lead in the case.
I just did that.
It gave you an experience. It wasn't because you got a lead in the case.
It was because I got a lead in the case. I discovered the gravesite and the people called
the Dead Saturdays.
So, yeah.
These vile devil worshippers are ours to eradicate. As the vermin they are, that is our holy duty. Coax. I may not have made it sufficiently clear for a simpleton like you. They are to end up before a tribunal. Caesar shall exact suitable punishment for their innumerable sins, not the police and not you. The man's gaze was piercing and stern. Alright, so discovered. Did it not show up though? We can't go visit the graveyard? Or did the graveyard show up?
I don't
think it did.
Man.
Okay, we've got your house up there. We've got Orleans Avenue. Okay, we've got your house, which is your story. We've got Orleans Avenue.
Yeah, but if you want to come to my house, you can check out the burned site. The pile of ashes is not specific to me.
Good.
Oh, that sounds so lovely.
You don't want to come see my wife's dead ashes?
You have your coven that you haven't gone to.
I might check it out.
Oh yeah, go to your coven.
My convent.
Convent.
Okay.
It's a coven.
Okay, flipping it. The oldest structure in New Orleans and home to the Castigate Girls. A walkway lined with manicured shrubs and flower bushes led up to the entrance of the convent. A pristine French colonial building and the oldest structure in New Orleans. The beauty of the place belied the rotting mass housed within.
Place the tile face up as indicated. Okay. Knocker. Do you have one of those? Okay.
Is it specific
Paris marker
to you?
point of interest in your character marker. We have a hidden stash. Nice.
Probably also
also directly to you.
Oh, hidden stash. You should go there first.
Don't no.
And turn.
Thank you. Forced to visit after a long absence, parents might take the opportunity to take back the contents of her magically hidden stash.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
Paris hoped the stash had not been found and plundered. Until she breaks the protective spell, there's no telling whether her belongings are still there. Oh, Julia focuses. See, okay, try it out.
Maybe 1 success would be enough. Nice.
6, which is 2 success, which is 1 success, and I don't have anything. Yeah.
Yay!
Paris managed to see through the illusion. The contents of the stash remain untouched. Apart from some sentimental trinkets, Paris retrieved a handful of dollars. The money!
Guess who wants money at the drugstore?
Cool.
Okay.
Hidden stash comes off, mark comes off, and your turn ends.
Did my turn have to end?
Mm-hmm.
Or could I
it forced it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
What are you thinking?
Robichaux, is just investigated his wife. He's seen this pendant and he's like,
why don't you check out your pile of ashes in the backyard?
no, he's like, You know, I've been competent throughout this whole case right now, but my fucking friend Winters is floundering like a goddamn mess. Keeps calling and leaving me voicemails muttering about some damn lamppost. Go check out this fucking thing. Oh, wait, I can't go to that site, can I? I can't even check the thing that needs my stuff that I'm good at to check.
That's my story.
Come visit this guy down here.
Rewind all that cool narrative stuff that I just did.
Come visit that guy down there.
What does he need?
He's the cabildo.
Yeah, but does he have anything? Does he have any symbols that I'm good at? It looked like you kind of explored all of that, and I'm not good at it. I'm not good at persuading.
Found out about the graveyard.
I'm gonna talk to the detective.
We've went to every mark so far.
Oh yeah,
explored.
you can give your cigar to the detective.
Yes. Detective to detective. And I wonder, and this is something I'm curious about that I think was interesting when you went to go visit that one individual, was I wonder if the app has it set up to where different types of characters, if they're the ones who interact with stuff. Because like I'm an ex-homicide detective talking to another one.
Yeah, and if I had interacted with that casket girl in the park.
Yep. Like, hey, you want this cigar, bro? Discard it.
Hey, before you X out,
LeBlanc smiled that sleazy smile of his. He took the gift and put it into his back pocket. All right, you know how to behave. Ask your questions.
Nice.
He's literally holding the cigar right there. All right, you have 3 questions.
What can you tell me about the Dead Saturdays?
And I unlocked that narrative. Cool.
You mean that gang of freaks that keep vandalizing all the cemeteries? Haven't caught them yet, although they're not exactly NOPD's top priority. They're like cockroaches, always scurrying around and never staying in one place. The latest info is that they're camping out at Metairie Cemetery. Knock yourself out.
I wonder if it's gonna unlock the cemetery now.
Gain 1.
Yep, there we are.
Boom. There.
Okay.
Oh, it said something about a necropolis. LeBlanc stared at John inside as he entered his office. I've got 2 more questions. I'm going to ask about the leads. Just because someone with more brass on their lapel than me wants you here doesn't mean you get my cliff notes on this case. Intimidate. Okay. No. Strong arm me, you little dipshit. Get out of my face. Robichaud had pushed LeBlanc too far. Steam was practically coming out of his ears. I fucking warned you. Now get the hell out of my face. He wouldn't be answering any more questions until someone calmed him down. Son of a bitch.
Alright. I am absolutely going...
But we've got the cemetery now.
To the cemetery now?
Directly to the cemetery. Once called the Great Necropolis of the South. Sweet. The entrance to the cemetery complete with a picturesque pond.
Necro has to deal with the dead. What's tile 5?
Necropolis means City of the Dead.
Okay, we have a boy there. Lovely. Boy.
What does the boy look like?
Well, he looks
That
like
creepy
a boy.
boy.
He's feeding the ducks, Jesse. Look.
What a creepy freaking
feeding
boy.
the ducks.
Yeah, this boy is evil.
We have an
Have you seen any horror movie? This boy is evil.
We have an old woman.
Old woman up there?
Behind the old woman rose above the ground of tomb stretched in the distance, obscuring Millen's view of what lay in the heart of the cemetery. I am absolutely going to the boy. At the edge of the pond, a young boy sprinkled breadcrumbs for a gaggle of scrawny ducks. The boy's back was to Mullins, but as he approached, the child turned and looked up at him with hollowed, vacant eyes. The ducks are hungry, the boy said in a flat voice, returning back to the pond.
What if this dead person?
At the edge of his shirt collar, Mullins saw 2 red pricks on the boy's neck. Shit. He knew what that meant. The boy was a blood bag, which meant his vampire sister was probably close by.
Leave him alone and let me come deal with that
A
kid.
blood bag? So, like, the vampires, like...
They use him as a persistent blood source.
I wonder if that's
That is
remember
messed
we
up
heard
and awesome.
That person, not Emily,
the one of your sister or
yeah,
whatever?
one of my sisters. Esme? Something.
That's her solution, is to just keep a human as a blood bag?
It's effective.
Where's your sister? Mullins asked. It was a rhetorical question.
You gonna do
as
that?
He looked around knowing that the vampire must be nearby.
Are you in 6?
6 gets me 1.
Wait. Oh, you
I
haven't
don't have
upgraded
those.
that yet.
6 gets me 1. Where's my sister? I don't have a sister. The boy's voice trailed off. Oh, you mean Sister Valentine, don't you? Mullins felt the hairs on his neck stand up as he sprung around, catching the casket girl walking towards him, fangs barred.
There she is. She wants to play with you.
Oh, at least it would be a fair fight. You're not great at fighting.
7, that gets you 1.
7 gets me a single 1. Before Mullins knew what hit him, he was on the ground, stars in his eyes. He could feel the sister's warm breath on his neck, on his cheek. I should gut you right here, but I'm feeling merciful today. Let this be a lesson to you. Then she and the boy were gone.
Refresh a die, but you lose a dice twice.
Of any type I want, though.
You can't. It's gonna be green. Oh, that's terrible.
It's not the red arrow.
It was
any die,
Okay.
but twice. Okay.
And then
No.
remove the boy.
Oh, okay. It's gonna. All right. If you go to this location, though, I can help modify your stuff.
Parents' will proved stronger than her body. Resisting the hunger slowly weakened her. I've got to lose 1.
It could be anyone.
We've got to get you blood.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to go to the pharmacist.
Okay.
Where's the pharmacist? Down.
The drugstore is down here. Dixieland.
Was it the drugstore that was selling it?
The blood bank is gone.
Blood bank disappeared.
But
that's why I just got money.
But they've got money for the back behind the item. It may not give blood, but it may give something else.
There. You may purchase any item in exchange for money.
Are we gonna buy a voodoo doll?
Yes. Have you discarded money? Sadly, yes. In exchange, yes. Please use it responsibly, sweetheart. Take the voodoo doll, eat from the consumable that can place it in your character's inventory. It's an always ability. Look, add 1 to all dice roll results in any.
Nice.
Red and purple.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
And that's what I'm pretty decent at. Pretty decent, I said. You purchased that. Enough business for now. She was an expert in all things. A customary gift. Should I ask her about the note?
Give her the voodoo doll.
No. Let me ask her.
You mean show her something?
Let me try asking her some more questions.
Just get a roll.
Yep. 4. None.
Yeah, you're gonna get 1 or 2 guests.
Yeah.
1 remaining.
Dead Saturdays. Yeah.
We're trying to chase down this lead. They worship Baron Samedi, and they ransack the cemeteries for ingredients for their obscene rituals. They have corrupted voodoo, and they will literally bring death down upon the city. She paused, her eyes darting furtively. I don't know where to find them.
Yes, you do.
No, it's too dangerous. You must leave the Saturdays alone. Okay.
In turn, I'm gonna refresh another die.
Your nail does not work as well as your finger.
See that?
I'm coming up to join my buddy.
All right, I can modify you. Like, maybe we actually need to start working as a team a little bit.
What?
Yeah.
I think I'm probably still going to keep ticking down dice unless...
Well, I don't need it just yet, because I have 2 as well.
Trust.
And you
Oh,
also just...
whenever I have to degrade a dice, I get an experience.
What did you just do to me?
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah, the double layer player board's big step.
What did you just do to me? I don't even know if that's where it was.
I know. I don't know if any of mine are
I know
in there
4, 7,
supposed to
9
be.
is right. I'm gonna go talk to the old woman.
Not the cemetery? You know they're supposed to be at the cemetery.
Wait. Oh, that's the entrance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course I'm gonna
I
go
just went to
there.
the boy because he had ducks around him.
Behind the old woman, rows of
You
above
diverted
ground
from the
tombs
story to entertain the ducks?
stretched into the distance, obscuring Robichaud's view of what lay at the heart of the cemetery. Visit it. Boom.
Putting down a cemetery.
What tile number is it?
Tile number 06.
In front of one particularly ornate tomb, someone had laid out an offering plate surrounded by lit candles.
Interesting. You see it right down there?
And a dug up grave. Perfect. Farther back, there was an open grave, discarded shovel, and a workman's lamp. Someone had been digging, and recently.
Offering. Check out the offering.
No, dug up grave, because
Okay.
the Saturday's been doing stuff.
Now, here's the problem. Am I with you now?
No, I think you're on that one
You're still by the ducks. You wanted the ducks.
Robichaud looked down into the open grave. At the bottom was a casket, the top splintered and torn off. He could barely make out what was inside the casket, so he grabbed a lantern and hopped down to get a closer look. Never get down in the hole! Robichaud was looking so intently that he didn't hear the footsteps behind him until it was too late. What does that mean? Remove the dug-up grave.
Are you trapped in it?
Let's see.
And remove the old
no.
woman.
What? She's in on this?
What if she's Laveau?
What if she's the Dead
original Laveau?
Saturdays?
Maybe.
Oh,
Dead Saturday.
Cool.
On there with me.
Well, look what the Baron dragged in for old Rumple to have a go at.
This is like the lame version
dude
of
names himself
Rufio
Rumple.
from like Hook. Like the weird Dead Saturday version.
Bro, Rumple's about to get crunk.
A man in the garish white face paint of the Dead Saturdays loomed over Robichaux, slapping a crowbar against his palm. I got a crowbar too, bitch.
Down in the grave, Robichaux was at a disadvantage, but he would fight his way out just the same. That's
You're fighting?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Okay. What'd you get?
9
Oh my gosh.
plus a success. 3 successes.
Love it. Robichaux managed to fight his way out of the grave, taking only a few hits from the crowbar in the process. Now on an equal ground, he knew he'd be able to fight the deadhead fair and square.
Come at me, governor. Let's see if you got salt in them bones.
All right.
Oh,
Crack
that
your
was
knuckles
a-
and prepare to give a grinning skeleton a thrashing he wouldn't soon forget.
Let's do it.
You got no modifiers, though.
Yeah,
That's fine, but I can discard
his
this for this,
crowbar?
and I also
Cool.
do that. 1. This sets
That's
to
not
a
great.
1, and roll an additional exhausted dice, which gets me a 2. That's 4, which is not enough. I'm going to discard my crowbar permanently to get
get you
3, which
three?
is 2 successes.
Okay. The Dead Saturday swung the crowbar in a clumsy attack, and Robichaux easily pivoted. Using the deadhead's momentum against him and spinning him down on the open grave, he slowly turned his bruised face upward at Robichaux, grinning down at him.
Is Rumple ready to talk now, or does he need another beating?
Gain a red. Shift
Red
your
goes down. Okay. Robichaux picked up the crowbar wielded by the deadheads moments earlier.
Crowbar for crowbar.
Take the crowbar from the contaminated.
No, I
consumable
think I have to take it from the deck.
and place it in your character's board. The Dead Saturday looked up at John, the blood on his face causing his white makeup to drip down the red streaks. Ask Rumple your goddamn questions, and let's get this over with.
So I'm still best at this stuff. So I'm gonna. It's time to squeeze out what this asshole knew. That's gone again.
You're just beating him on the ground
I'm just
now.
beating the shit out of this kid. That's 3.
3.
But that's 1, and I get to roll one of these. So that's 6.
Oh, nice.
And then
2 that's 1 success.
I think
Gun
1's probably.
modifier?
If he's already on the ground, I think 1 is fine.
Two
2 questions remaining. What are you doing in the cemetery? How are the Dead Saturdays involved with Frank Boussier's murder?
Where this guy's just
Where
a
can I find the
peon.
rest
This
of
is
the
a
Dead
fucking
Saturdays?
peon.
Can you tell me about
where
the
can I
Baron?
find the rest of the Dead Saturdays? You think
think
I'd
I'd
give up
give
my
my
brothers
brothers
just like that? You gotta know they're coming, you blinker piece of shit. Oh, are you serious? God damn it! Stop hitting me. They're at St. Louis
Beginning
number
to
3.
lose consciousness.
Papa Doc and the rest of the Saturdays, but they aren't gonna like it when you show up. The character's beginning to lose consciousness. New lead in the case.
Nice. That's so funny.
A nickname, Papa Doc. He seems to be a big deal among the Dead Saturdays. Bordeaux discovered a new location that could lead to
Guys,
answers. St. Louis
I am
Cemetery
the
number
experience king.
3. One of the oldest cemeteries in the city. Gain 1.
Nice. I knew that was a thing.
What, this cemetery?
That giant cemetery there, yeah. Okay. You got one more question.
Two questions. Beating the shit out of him made him like me more.
I love
apparently.
that.
Where exactly is... Resign and beating the Dead Saturday Grenadier Bronze. Told you already. Look for the Shoemaker's Tomb. That's...
Okay.
We need to remember that.
Okay.
Gain another one.
You got another lead. It's supposed to be hidden in the Shoemaker's Tomb on St. Louis number 3. Now, you can ask what you can tell me about the Baron, Lavaux Corporation, Frank Boussier's murder, or what are you doing in the cemetery? Or you could ask him a question about an item.
First off, I'm going to upgrade.
Okay.
And I'm going to get this thing that is... So now I'm like doubly good in combats. And... So these 2 things I'm actually pretty good at now. And I'm going to actually ask him about this.
Okay. Rumble's already white-faced and went even whiter when he saw the drawing. Ah, shit.
I'm going to actually coax him. I'm going to be like, hey, I beat the shit out of you. Please tell me stuff, please. Fuck you, I'm not saying anything. Oh, really? Looked at his
He
blood
didn't
on his
really
face,
like
causing
that.
his white makeup to drip down in red streaks. Ask Rumple your goddamn questions. Certainly, the punk knew something more. Robichaux took him for further interrogation. I took him to the
Nice.
Beaumont Agency.
That's cool.
So he's off of that
Just
location.
arrested the heck out of him.
I beat the shit out of that dude.
Winter Mullins is going straight for the lamppost or for the cemetery.
We need to advance the case. Go there.
All right.
You suck at the lamppost.
I'm real bad at that lamppost thing, man. Row after row above the ground tombs stood sentry like graveways to the underworld.
Number 8,
Various
Shira.
names were chiseled above the sealed entrances. A gravedigger, his overalls coated in dirt, stood smoking a thick cigar. Okay, I've got only a gravedigger at
That's
the moment.
it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Should have given
withered-
him the cigar.
The withered old man, his skin the color of burned leather, blew a ring of smoke
good at that
into
stuff.
Mullins' face as he approached him. Queste quins von quisves vosas? He asked between drags of cigar. The old man could know something useful. Clearly
Go
based off
for
of
it.
his
Go
introduction.
for it, man.
Roll at least 3.
Yeah, no. Roll one of those too. 8.
Wow.
2.
Plus this, 3.
Oh my gosh, nice.
The withered old man. 3 questions. Do you speak English? Can I have a cigar? Where's the shoemaker's buried? Can you tell me about the dead Saturdays? Coroner? The gravedigger thought for a moment. Ah, coroner. He gestured with his hand towards the tomb. Ui, oli, astianadas.
It would be helpful if you spoke English.
Wait. A la de Danes.
Winter approached
In
the tomb.
Spanish, derecha is right. Izquierda is left. Derecha is right. So de Danes in French could be to the right.
Winter approached the tomb and looked back at the gravedigger. He nodded from afar, confirming this was the one. I found
Sweet.
Oh, you found it.
We don't even have to do weird language stuff like
But
that.
that's not the shoemaker's.
That is.
Is it?
He
Cordonier.
said shoemaker. He said, oh, cordonier.
Okay.
Do you speak English?
I'm going to ask him that at the very end.
Can you tell me about the dead Saturdays?
Can I have a cigar? Mullins gestured toward the cigar. The gravedigger grunted non-committally, but pulled out a cigar out of his pocket and handed it to him. Pere plaisir, he said. Take a cigar from the
That is such a Mullins move. Like, hey, can I have a cigar?
And then I'm going to ask if he speaks English. The gravedigger laughed. No, je ne parle pas anglais.
No, I don't speak English.
Intimidate him. Bah!
Why? He's such a nice dude. Why
He
did you
didn't look very
intimidate
happy
him?
when he said this. The character's hostility has increased. Listen.
What were you mean to? He gave you a cigar. He
Listen.
told you where the shoemaker was, and then you were like, "You're an asshole."
We've all got our issues.
Winter, did you kill someone?
Did
you kill
I got a
someone?
bit pissed off that he wouldn't speak to me in English. I know we've effectively communicated to this point, but I haven't learned French yet, man, and I'm studying and it makes me self-conscious.
Okay.
My au pair
How dare you?
didn't teach me very well.
Can I use those upgrade things?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna upgrade this. Once per game, I can add 3 in any, test.
Nice.
3
Or-
successes.
That's awesome.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
Or
during
three numbers.
any test, I can spend one of those. Which one should I take? I could also
Do your 3-1. Do your 3-1.
do the 3 one.
Yeah, for
one?
sure.
Okay.
Save it for like end credits.
You should still do your thing because there was something
You
else
think?
besides. There was something else besides.
There was
her.
the door. She could knock on the door.
Yeah, she's got to talk to someone.
Should I?
I think you should.
Or you could go straight to the gravesite. That's
Because
your call.
you've got to
I've
get
got.
blood.
Wait a minute.
You've
wait,
got
wait,
to get
wait,
blood, or
wait.
you're
If
gonna
she
like
goes, if
progressively
she
get
goes
worse.
straight to the gravesite, I can help her by 2 dice right now.
Okay.
Which
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like we haven't worked together much. That's part of this
we
thing.
haven't, but she also is like needs blood. Needs blood.
Maybe-
I'll let her.
Oh.
Have you guys ever played Gauntlet Dark Legacy on the game?
Which cemetery are we
GameCube?
at?
This one here.
You're at the same.
Yeah.
which
Blue
one? I
Wizard
thought you were
needs
at this
food
one.
No, I'm
badly.
at number 3. I'm right here.
Oh, you went to the gravedigger. Okay. Yes. Okay.
So go to the cord. Yeah.
Cordonier.
it.
Yes. Chiseled onto the womb was the name Cordonier and Aveve. Paris attempted to pry open the womb, perhaps the right incantation. It seemed
Use the
convenient
symbol. Use the symbol to open up the door because it had a veve on it, and this is the veve. Use that symbol to open the door.
to. Okay.
Let's try it.
It did nothing to open the heavy door.
Okay.
Let me try prying it open. I'm gonna use 3.
I've got up to 2 that you can utilize. I'm there with you. You might go inside after this. Roll one of mine at least. Don't roll yours.
Okay.
You gonna roll both of mine just in case?
Yeah, just roll both of it. Yeah, keep yours rolling.
Well, this one I add one to all dice roll results.
Oh, okay,
in
just a
any
one
red
value.
One.
Okay, that's good.
And
that's
then
good.
all my stars are 2.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Keep his for himself. And you got an 8 plus
3,
1,
6,
9.
8.
3 successes.
9.
9. Nice.
With a groan, the door to the tomb swung
Boom.
open, revealing a torch-lit staircase descending below the tomb. A low guttural voice could be heard coming up the stairs.
The cult's here. The cult's here.
The coordinator tomb. Enter the burial.
Oh, this is the final
finale.
thing.
Oh, nice. Now we could continue exploring, or we could trigger
No.
this.
Let's see
I'm
what
just saying,
happens.
the game says, like, once you trigger the final, there's no going back.
Okay,
So you
well,
should
we
get-
have to at least push OK. There's no other option.
Yeah. That's the question. We all go down the tomb stairs, or do we want to continue exploring something here?
That to be what the Beaumont agents were looking for.
I've got a
Keep that
lamppost
ready.
I haven't explored.
I think we're good. Let's just
go.
do this. Let's
go.
do this.
Let's go. Let's check it out.
We're 2 hours in it.
Let's check it
Let's
out.
just do this.
Okay.
Shear's leading us on.
All right.
St. Louis Cemetery. I'm gonna move my sad bedroom out of the way.
I'm gonna move this
My really
Cemetery out
sad
of the way.
bedroom and the sad bum.
here. Ooh, look at those symbols. They're in there.
The low voice they heard belonged to a man with a garish white face, painted by the dead Saturdays. Crouching low in the dirt, he was drawing symbols in thick red liquid that looked like blood, and he looked up as they came down. He did not seem surprised to see them. Place Papa Doc as indicated.
All players, place your character miniatures on that tile.
Okay.
You were not invited, but welcome all the same. Allow me to introduce myself.
I think you gotta go. You were not invited, but welcome all the same. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Papa Doc, the leader of the Dead Saturdays. You have arrived just in time, although I think you will soon wish that you'd missed this show entirely.
Too late. The agents realized the symbol in the dirt that he was completing was a veve, the same one found on the outside of the tomb.
The blood on the ground began to boil and twist before coalescing into the form of a tall man. He wore a long purple cape and an outlandish top hat, and he held a cane in his hand. Black obsidian eyes stared out from a face resembling a white skull, and the short nub of a cigar glowed from between his gleaming teeth.
I don't like scars.
His voice sounded like oil flowing over gas.
And who are these motherfucking twits standing in front of me?
Papa Doc, hiding behind the man's cape, spoke up. Baron, they are here to stop the ritual. The Baron scowled.
Can't have some goddamned motherfucking fucksains stopping the ritual now, can we? Come, little shit stains, and see what the Baron has for you.
The Baron likes a fair fight, isn't that right? Papa Doc nodded vigorously behind him. So I'll give each of you fuckstains a shot, and then, well, the Baron is always ready to ferry the foolish from the land of the living to the kingdom of the dead.
Should we give him the voodoo doll? No. It's
Cigar.
Paris
Paris decided to offer
Baron
Baron a gift.
Cigar for sure.
You have the
I
voodoo
could
doll.
also add 3 successes in any red test. I could physically attack him and guarantee 3 successes.
How could magic not be the best
So
way? I also have an add 2 successes to
We're
anything.
all considered to be here, which means we could all trade freely as well.
Well, it didn't say we all have to. Each
We have
of
3
you
turns to defeat him.
Fuckstains a shot.
So do we think we have anything that would cause him suffering?
So wait. Here's the thing, though. He's not innately evil, right? He's a spirit of death and resurrection. It's just that the Dead Saturdays are the ones that are bringing them around. We could potentially talk our way out of this.
I don't think we can. I want to fight.
You don't want to fight? Do you want to
I
give
want-
him... Like, this is specific to you. I
the
wonder if it's
question
because
is-
it's logged in the fact that you have the voodoo doll.
I don't think it's that. I think it's if we'd went down her pathway far enough, she would have gotten something to stop this. Her coven would have given her a weapon.
Maybe. I mean, I'm happy to fight him, and I'm happy to do voodoo magic.
Can I try fighting him?
Let's go for a fight. You use my die to modify and use his abilities to modify.
I have a die.
I'm saying roll all 4 and you can use his abilities to modify.
All I need is a 9.
And
Okay.
you can use his abilities to modify.
4 dice?
Yeah.
Because all she needs is 9. 3, 3, 2, that's that. And then this turns into a 2, right?
Yep.
So that's 9, so that's 1, 2, 3.
Do you have anything that gives you extra successes?
I can give it 5 successes.
I'm going to use this.
You guys know.
I'm going to use this because add 3 to any red test.
6 successes. Okay.
You guys know the destiny and other stuff. Is there ever a moment where more successes than possible are good?
We don't know this game.
Yeah, it's a different game.
The briefest look of shock crossed the Baron's face, and he flinched ever so slightly.
Uh-oh.
You know what? That stung a bit. The Baron won't be forgetting that anytime soon.
The Baron closed his eyes briefly, but it was enough for Paris to tell that the Dark God was close to giving in. He just needed to be entertained a bit more.
Entertain.
My turn ends.
Refresh a die. My
Your
turn.
turn.
2 turns left. You could do another physical attack. You could try to talk
Do you
with
have
him.
anything to offer him? What about the pendant? What about giving him the pendant as
try.
a gift?
I've got the pendant.
Right, I'm saying, what about you? Because it's now your turn. You can offer him
Where'd you
a
get the
gift.
pendant
Because he's
from?
almost available to give him.
Where'd you
I
get
got
the
the
pendant
pendant from my wife. That's so poetic.
Yeah,
That's so poetic.
it's pretty good.
Try giving it to him.
I'm gonna be pissed if it doesn't work.
pretty good.
But we'll see.
I wonder if there's like a great liquor bottle I could have found. or
Because this
something.
is 2 successes to anything.
Oh, yep.
Little shit liquor. Why in the mother of all fucks do you think that the Prince of the Great Crossroads would want that?
The Baron looked amused and disgusted at the same time.
The Baron closed his eyes briefly, but it was enough that Robish showed to tell that the Dark God was close to. Okay.
This is the
You-
last. We have to beat him this turn. We have to do something big. I've got this,
Okay.
and I can. We need to attack him again. I think.
No, what if I use conversation? It's what I'm good at.
Okay, I could also help on purple if you wanted to try a purple.
I'm not good at purple.
I know.
I gave him this though. It's gone.
And you
I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb.
Did it say? It didn't say it
It
went
didn't say
away.
it was gone. No, you just offered it to him. It's
Yeah.
still there. All right.
Entertained him for a little
I'm
bit.
gonna do
long.
conversation. Any dice I could roll?
You
I
can
don't
take
have
mine.
any. I don't have any. This. You said you could use our abilities.
So
Success.
7, 8, 9.
Oh, not a
No,
success.
that's a 2 because you're using my ability.
I can only use one of your 2 abilities, so that's the question.
You didn't use an ability of mine.
Okay, so I've got 9. I've got 4 successes right now. Do you got more successes you can give me?
Well, how do you have 4? Oh,
You just have 3. Oh. Well then 4. I think that's enough.
4.
Let's do it.
Yours adds 2 to any success.
Oh, I can get rid of it. We can
Actually,
do 6.
to be fair, I don't know that this was actually. It's not.
it wasn't
It's
that
not
tight.
that.
So it's
So
I
I've got
agree.
3
I can do this to give 5.
5.
I
Okay.
would do 5.
Mullins thought for a moment, then said, "A nun, a stripper,
Oh,
and a
this
dog approached the gates of heaven." What followed was the dirtiest joke anyone there had ever heard. And then St. Peter said,
the stripper can enter the pearly gates, but the
"No, this
dog...
is me talking.
Oh.
The stripper can enter the pearly gates, but the dog and the nun are gonna go straight to hell." When the punchline landed, the Baron roared with laughter.
That is a damn good joke. Wait until I tell Bridget that one.
The Baron frowned at the agents.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is that the
The best you can muster, you come at the king, you'd best come with everything you got.
And then he grinned and with a flick of his cane threw everyone to the ground with the force of a freight train.
All players lose 3 red.
Red.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be red. It's three dice. Robichek was fighting the unconscious when he felt a hand grip the hair at the back of his head and lift him up. Papa Doc stared straight into his face. Poor little Robichek. And do you think you could have learned something about your precious Maria? At the mention of her name, Robichek tried to struggle, but a blinding pain shot through his head, dragging him down towards the darkness. I got to hear the bitch scream myself. The last thing he heard was Papa Doc's terrible laughter as the dead Saturdays walked up the stairs and out into the air. the breaking. A loud beeping cut through the silence of the tomb, slowly penetrating the heads of the agents lying on the ground, bringing them back to consciousness. They rolled over, groaning as they came back to reality with a terrible pounding in their heads. The beeping sound was coming from their pagers. Shit, Romero is paging us. They left the tomb and shut the door behind them. A quick call from the payphone outside the cemetery connected them to the Beaumont headquarters. There had been another killing. This time, a police officer. Specifically, Detective Louis LeBlanc.
Oh
the second of the Congo murders had occurred. Your final score was rewarded disaster. You were rewarded with 0 experience points.
Disastrous.
Upgrade phase. All players use the experience that you earn to improve your characters. Try to spend all your experience because any unspent will be discarded. During the upgrade phase, you can unlock abilities and also improve your character's skills.
So can you not unlock these in middle of the episode?
So at the end, we had 1 experience here.
You also get bonus points if you do well.
We had 1 experience here and no bonus, which means literally none of us can modify our stuff. Like, it costs 1 for me to go down here, right? To push those back down. All right, let's see here. Next time on the Dark Quarter. Reeling from their defeat at the hands of Baron Samedi and the Papadoc, the Beaumont agents pick up the pieces of the case, determined to discover the truth behind the slayings. Investigating the brutal murder of the detective Louis LeBlanc, a murder they are painfully aware they failed to prevent, the agents begin to see just how deep the case will take them into the bowels of the Dark Orleans. The Dead Saturdays, the Levant Corporation, the Casket Girls, everything is connected, and the agents will be forced to make decisions that will irrevocably seal their fate and the fate of the city. Papadoc's words rang in the Robichaux's ears.
Robichaux's. I got to hear the bitch scream myself. No matter what it took, he would track Papadoc down and grind his teeth into the curb with the back of his boot. He would discover how Maria's death was connected and bring her killers to justice. They had made it really, really, really fucking personal.
Mullins knew what had happened on New Orleans Avenue, or at least he had a pretty good idea, but there was still something missing from the picture, and it wasn't just his alcohol-drenched memories of that night. No, he could feel in his gut that there was something else to discover, and that fucking lamppost was gonna talk one of these days on that godforsaken street. But he wasn't sure he wanted to know what it was.
If there was any chance that there was a cure, even a small one, then Paris had to know, and Esme was the one with answers. She promised herself she'd never return to the convent, but that was a promise she would now have to break. She'd cut the truth out of Esme if she had to. Besides, that bitch had it coming for a good 40 years.
The Dark Quarter will continue in Chapter 2, Salt and Flame.
End scenario.
That was cool.
And there you have it.
That was cool.
A gameplay, our first experience with the Dark Quarter, and with that, we will leave you. Come back to the channel for more content and swing over to Devon Talks Tabletop for all the drunken gameplays your heart can desire. Whatever the case, whatever you do,
remember to do the
get out and
important
play
things.
some games.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.